here today. Let me first introduce myself and a special someone that I'll be moderating with today. So my name is Joseph Affair. I work as the Corporate Affairs Manager for Yali TV, and I also work as a Career Development Advisor. And I'm blessed today to be moderating with Carlin Speaks. I'm sure for those of you that were here yesterday, you witnessed her great and powerful Ignite talk towards the end of the program. And so today, we'll be working together to make sure that you enjoy your time here.
Of course, definitely. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to day 2 of the Black History Festival. Let me hear you make some noise from the Washington, D.C. Come on, we can do better than that. Okay, as we celebrate, February is the month of Black History, and we are very honored to be here in the DMV while we celebrate with our brothers and sisters who are also watching live stream from all over this nation. We thank you today. We have great things in store for you. We have amazing speakers, and we have amazing activities waiting for you. So keep the energy high. And again, let's celebrate Black History 2022. All right, so right now we're going to call upon our CEO, Stephen. Come on through, Stephen, just to give us some warm remarks and bring us in. All right.
Young African soldiers. Young African soldiers. Yali, yali, yali. Young African leaders.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
It's another exciting day for us at the Black History Festival, and I want to once again acknowledge some of our key partners. First of all, I want to acknowledge the presence of the Senior Presidential Advisor of the Republic of Ghana, Honorable Yao. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for your support and all your wise words. I also want to acknowledge the presence of the President of the Global Africa Trade Advisory Chamber. He's also the President of the Ghana-India Trade Advisory Chamber in the person of Dr. Dominic Odro-Wentry, right? You know, his name is so special, sometimes I want to find out whether the O comes before the A or the A before the O. I also want to acknowledge the presence of the Deputy Director of the Ghana Free Zones Authority in the person of Mrs. Abiu. Thank you for coming. Also, we have here distinguished CEOs, curators of brands from Africa, specifically from Ghana, who will be speaking with us. And I'm super excited. You know, the introduction was very pumped up, and it brought a lot of energy to the place. I also want to acknowledge the presence of all the viewers who are watching from across the world. Yesterday, we had a lot of people watching. We had over 1,000 people participating online, and the numbers seek to increase over the next couple of days. And as you are well aware that currently, because of COVID protocols and engagements, programs have restriction on numbers, but people have been attending doubtless of all these restrictions, and that is very encouraging. And we seek to reach out to more people online, especially today that we'll be talking about made in Africa brands and how they connect with the diaspora. So this morning we'll be taking time to discuss our brands. We'll be taking time to expose opportunities that are available for the diaspora, and this is how we want to take advantage of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. It is not just for Africans living on the continent, it's for all of us across the world who believe in Africa. And it is an opportunity for us to take advantage of import, exports, take advantage of investment opportunities, take advantage of partnerships where we could work together, and service supplies, and so on and so forth. We have representatives of the private sector here, as well as representatives of the public sector of the Republic of Ghana, which is the trade center or the trade capital of Africa. So if you are yet to come here, don't miss out. If you are joining us on Yali TV on Facebook or the Black History Festival page on Facebook, don't be at home. Join us because we'll be here from now to 3. We'll have dialogue sections, we'll have special engagement with some of the brand owners, and we'll also have some special remarks from some of our guests here. This program, yesterday, as I said, has been proudly supported by a number of organizations. I also like to use this opportunity to acknowledge the Ghana Investment Promotion Center for their support for this program. They deserve a round of applause. I also want to use the opportunity to acknowledge the Ghana Enterprises Agency, led by Madam Kosi Yankee Aye. I acknowledge the support. We also acknowledge the support of the Ghana Free Zones Authority for this program. These are institutions that gave their backing from the very first day. Thank you very much for stamping your authority on the program. Thank you very much. We've had some organizations that have been providing us with some level of publicity to ensure that we reach out to people to be aware of this launch edition. All the way from Africa, we want to acknowledge the Business and Financial Times. We want to also acknowledge the EIB network, which has a Star FM, GH1 TV, and its other brands for giving us the leverage to share our thoughts. We also had the Ghana Television, also giving us leverage to engage people in the business community. We also had TV3, giving us a platform to promote this program, to create awareness for the big platform that we have to take advantage of. We also had Sankofa Radio here in the United States, also promoting the program and granting us leverages by ways of live presenter mention. We acknowledge your support, and also, of course, to the Yale Network from promoting the program and ensuring that the Yale Network gets to know about opportunity. And since they are one of the exchange programs of the U.S. State Department, they stand a lot of opportunities to take advantage of this grandiose platform that we are creating, this great marketplace and network that will give us the opportunity to trade between the U.S. and Africa. I'll round up by saying thank you very much for coming, and make sure you connect with someone. There's just an opportunity for that big business you want to take off with. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and enjoy your day.
Thank you, Stephen, for those amazing words. He always has a way of reaching the hearts of people. And did he forget something? He always has the way of reaching the hearts of people, and truly this morning he's done it again. One of the great minds behind this event. Let me just hear you shout out Black History 2022. So when I shout Black History, you shout 2022, because for some reason this year is a year of significant history, because we have survived COVID-19. Right? It has proven that we're not only strong, but we're resilient as a people. And so that's enough for us to be excited about. So when I say Black History, let me hear you say 2022. Black History. 2022. Black History. 2022. One more time, Black History. 2022. All right, let's keep that energy high in the DMV. We do not take anything lightly. We understand that we could have been checked out of this earth. But again, like Stephen said, opportunities. And that's the key word. That's the bottom line word for us in this celebration, is the word opportunity. Put a hashtag on that. Hashtag opportunities. When we come here, this is a representation of who we are as a people and how far we've come. I love to see how we celebrate diversity of thoughts. We are not only here to support ourselves, but we're here to support each other. And so a lot of times when we hear people talk about support, it's always a one-way street, believe it or not. But here, as we're celebrating this entire week, it has done nothing but show the younger generation what Black history really looks like. It has done nothing but show the younger generation that yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
It has done nothing but show the younger generation that when opportunities present itself, we do not take it lightly. There is a famous saying that I've loved to embrace for many years. It says, when preparation meets opportunities, you get success.
Success.
And truly, I've seen a lot of success. And I'm looking forward to, in halfway through this event today, when we're going to go out there and showcase and look at the different crafts and things that the businesses are showcasing today. That's amazing. Because behind each craft, behind each product, behind each business is an individual. And behind each individual is a story. What's going to be your story throughout this Black History? What's going to be your story in this Black History 2022? Martin Luther King said it very well. He asked the question. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what do you do for others? What are the opportunities that we're presenting? How are we causing others to make it happen? How are we helping make it happen for others? Truly, each and every one of you who are here today have done this and have done it well. So on behalf of the world, I want to say thank you. Thank you to each of you who were on the panel yesterday. Thank you to each of you who are keynote speakers yesterday. And thank you for those of you who are going to be coming up today. I'm excited. Black History 2022. Black History
2022.
One more time. Black History
2022.
Let's keep the energy going.
All right, Josephine, let's bring it in. Thank you so much, Kelly. I'm going to try to keep up with your energy. Thank you so much. So we are just going to go into a panel discussion, and we'll be looking at doing business in Africa, challenges and opportunities. Okay. All right. So in 2020, Yali TV decided to host a Made in Africa Expo in Ghana. And we plan to do this virtually. And so we sent out letters to our colleagues within the Yali fraternity, and we said, do you have a business you would like to promote virtually? We're going to put all together, and we're going to make, put an event to it, and we're going to show your businesses throughout the week. We were amazed at the responses. We had over 500 young people sending us videos of their businesses, services they were providing. And I particularly was shocked at some of the things that young people were doing. I mean, the creativity that they had, and we streamed this program. People were writing to us, how do we get to buy this product? And that is where we got stuck. People love the product. How do they get it across? They're in different parts of the world. How do they get to pay for it, etc.? And so ever since that time, 2020, we have always been looking for how do we connect young people, young entrepreneurs, young businesses to the diaspora? How do we connect young people in the diaspora to what we are also doing in Africa? And we've had that conversations over and over. And so when Selassie spoke to us and said, we're going to have Made in Africa Expo as part of the Black History, initially we were like, are you not thinking so highly of this thing? Let's take it easy, one day at a time. And he said, no, we are going to do it. And no matter how small or big it is, what matters is that we make a statement and say that this is possible. And once we are able to have a maiden edition, it doesn't matter how many people, how many exhibitors we get to have at the event, we will tell the world that this is possible. And by the time we are hosting Black History Festival 2023, we know it's going to be a crusade. And so we are very excited that we took that word, we ran with it. Yes, there were challenges here and there, but we are here today, and we are grateful to God. And so I'm going to invite these talented young entrepreneurs in Africa, and they're going to tell you about their business, the challenges, the opportunities they are facing. Please help me welcome Mame Sewa Amwakuhene. Please, let's give a round of applause. And then we invite Amwakuhene Asafo Eje.
Africa. I believe in her.
The correspondent from Nigeria.
So mommy says she's the boss of the team. So she's gonna come later. All right, please help me welcome Anita Ese Kito. And Francesca Brenda Opoku. And then we'll have Deborah Derry.
Wow. Just wow. I mean, look at these amazing individuals sitting at the panel. Come on, put your hands together one more time. That's Black history representing the side of this table. That's Black history. Wow. Today, we're going to unpack truly what Black history really looks like. We're going to present to you the backbones, driving force, and where the power really lies in our people and in our work. You know, I've always said when I'm on a job, and we all make mistakes, but here's what I always say when I'm the longest standing person. My work speaks for me.
Sure.
And so truly when our work speaks for us, we're untouchable. And Black history, the Black community, in 2022, we can say, we've earned it, the right to say, we're untouchable.
Oh, yes.
It's not what happens to you on the outside that makes you great, but really how you respond to it from the inside out. Should I say that again, somebody? Anybody got excited?
Say it again.
It's not what happens to you on the outside, but really what happens, how you respond to it from the inside out. So these men and women, they're going to pack some things to you today. Black history.
2022.
Black history.
2022.
Black history.
2022.
Let's do it.
Thank you so much. You should have told me to get some coffee before coming. So, you know, being the spirit. Okay, thank you so much. I think we'll start by first asking you to introduce yourself and then just tell us the name of your brand and a little bit about it. So I'll start from Debbie at the extreme end.
Thank you, Josephine. Hello. Thank you, Josephine. My name is Deborah from Derry. I'm the creative director for Deborah Derry Craft House, Red Butterfly Millinery, and then the Deborah Derry as a single brand. I specialize in leading Ghana products, bridal accessories, and clothing line that is African outfits with the local fabrics. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Debbie. Francis. Please, a round of applause.
It's okay. So, hello everybody. My name is Francesca Opoku. I come from Ghana. I'm the CEO of Solution Oasis, manufacturers of natural skincare products under the Beauty Secrets brand. We curate a line of bespoke products from African butters, oils, and herbs. And these are packaged so well that they can sit on any shelf in any parts of the world. We are a very African brand, producing products that are loved by Africans in Ghana and in the diaspora. So I feel really, really good to be here to represent Africa and especially Ghanaian women who are creating opportunities through the work of our hands and being ambassadors, very worthy ambassadors of what Ghana has to offer to the world. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone. I am the owner and creative director of Oye Bags and Clothing. Oye creates an array of African bags and accessories. We use a wide selection of fabrics sourced all over Africa and then even in Ghana. And most of our materials are sourced within the SAC region. We've been in existence for the past, we're in our 7th year now. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I would like to extend my gratitude to GA for giving all of us such an opportunity. Hello honorable delegates. My name is Asafa J. Amwakohine. I'm the CEO of Otokouture. Otokouture is a male clothing line which specializes in African wear, specifically kaftans, agbadas, shirts, trousers, and we were established in 2019 with the hope of growing globally to meet the international market. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Karen says just by hearing your introduction, she has a question for you. So I'll let
Well, of course, the people want to know. That's all. The people want to know. So any of you can take this question before Josephine begins to dive in with the more specific questions. But given the fact that we have, we're still, right, overcoming and dealing with COVID-19, and I know you face many challenges with your mission and your vision to reach the global, right, to have global impact. Can you share with us, and any of you can take this, right? Can you share with us what's your driving force behind all of this? What's your motivation? What keeps you going, even in the midst of everything we've faced as a nation? Loud and proud.
Yeah. Proudly African, proudly Ghanaian. I will take it because I'm taking this question because COVID turned out to be an awakening force for me particularly, and I think for a lot of the businesses in Ghana that I believe I'm sitting here to speak for. So as I sit here, I'm probably not representing myself. I'm representing a lot of very hard-working and creative people who have stayed resilient during this period. I recollect when COVID just came up and we had to go on the lockdown. I was in shock. I looked ahead and thought of what I thought the effect would be on my business in terms of probably lost business, but I never imagined that 3 years after we'll still be wearing masks, we'll still have to be doing all the things we're doing online, and just how many people could be out of work as a result of it. I must admit that there were so many other people for whom it created opportunities for, but for the larger majority, a lot of people had to kind of adjust quickly and create things that will keep them to survive and even to grow in the midst of it. And taking my business as an example, fortunately for us, I'm creating hygiene products. So of course it was a time when it would be needed, provided you could get it across where it was going to go. Because let's not forget that, oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
I believe in Africa. I believe in Africa.
I'm Eunice Emmanuel Bagi,
There were
correspondent
so
from
many
Nigeria.
There were so many things keeping us behind. And as entrepreneurs, we had to reinvent ourselves. We had to find a way of going online. I come from a country where my government saw a lot more ahead of most of us, the entrepreneurs. You know, for those of us who thought COVID was lockdown, they realized and drew attention that this goes way, way, way beyond the lockdown. And we lived to realize that. So there were so many interventions in my country, and these interventions were open to everybody. And if you were forward-looking and you knew that you wanted to survive and thrive and grow beyond it, then all you had to do was to apply. So I applied for the COVID relief. There was a loan. I applied. I was approved. I took it. It helped us hold the fort and stay in there, you know. And then after that, there was the COVID relief grant, which I also applied. So we are growing because we intend to be a global brand, even from our very little corner where we come from. And I know this, I'm not speaking for myself, there's so many small little businesses that have fantastic products that we know the world needs. You know, so before, if you talked about a Ghanaian product, people would think you're creating something not of very high quality. But we have found interventions that have helped us with our packaging, with our product creation, with our marketing, with reaching the world with these very wonderful things that we have, that in the same time create opportunities for other people. So for me, COVID as much as took us back, it made us realize that we must be self-sufficient and have a lot of raw materials within our borders, so that if the borders got locked, we could create a lot of the very basic things. And I think so many other entrepreneurs also took the challenge and did it. So thanks very much.
Thank you, Joseph. So basically, what I hear, and correct me if I'm wrong, self-motivation was your driving force. Woo! All right, Josephine, what do you have for them?
Francesca almost answered all the questions I had. Submission. But I was enjoying the speech. I just had to allow her, but what I was getting out of that was, seeing opportunity in adversity, and then assessing opportunities. Because I know there are a lot of other businesses that heard about this grant. In fact, there was a woman who couldn't make it to this program. She called me and said, "Can you take my products?" And she actually also benefited from that COVID relief loan or grant, yes. So, going for these things are important. Sometimes we feel, they already know the people who will get the grant, and so I'm not going to do it, and then we complain. So seeing the opportunity in the adversity is really key. And thank you for sharing that. So my next question has to do with quality. And then, and that's why I said we almost answered everything in your submission. Yes. When we started engaging people about, do you have a business you want to exhibit abroad, in the diaspora, there was always the question of, hey, be careful, some of these products don't meet the standards, they are not this, they are not that. And actually that is what made us begin to talk to organizations like the GIPC, because we knew that the companies that were registered under them were those that they had, actually done research, supported to bring their brands to that standard that it could be exported abroad. In your business or in your venture, how have you kept up with these standards? I don't want to say that you're competing, you're unique in the market. I believe that you're unique, you're not competing with anyone, you're unique in the market, but how have you kept the standards to make you unique? So much so that GEA will say, let Amakuhene go for this event because his products will meet the standards where he's going. So I think since I mentioned your name, I'll start with you.
Thank you very much. I'd like to say that in the beginning, when I started, it wasn't that easy. A lot of times, tailors do not see certain things that some of us see in terms of finishing and the kind of quality that I was expecting and my customers were also expecting. One of the things I did was do training, which helped them as well to understand. We were communicating a lot and discussing things. We used to have a lot of meetings just to have an idea and a drive and the kind of vision that we're trying to push So I'll say it was through a lot of training and a lot of interactions with the tailors and my team as well. That's what built in terms of the quality, and we are still in the growth process, and I hope that future-wise we will grow better and resilient. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So what I'm taking from your submission is you focused on skill development, so that the quality will be that standard, the finishing will be excellent. You know.
Sorry, sometimes you think know something because you do.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll think like you think that this is how something should be done. But if you don't communicate to with the person and let the person understand, they wouldn't appreciate what they are doing. They will just be sewing for sewing sake. So there was a lot of communication.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Anita.
Yeah. I also want to add that nobody starts a perfect product. You always have to start from somewhere. And even Toyota makes recalls sometimes. So it's okay to start and then you grow. It's a process. So you shouldn't be scared that my product is not perfect. You start by, at least from your family and close friends, they'll start buying. And then feedback is also very important.
Yes,
it helps you
right.
to improve your product. And then for a very long time also, I think we've left vocational skills or training to people that we think, okay, they don't do well too academically, so go and learn this.
Yeah.
And that is a problem. But if you can see the trend now, most of these businesses that are coming up, most of us have probably university or even a master's, so that is the advantage now. We are able to take our workers, our craftsmen through some training and development. So with time, they get to know the standards and then we adhere to it.
Excellent. Okay, so currently we are live on Yali TV, www.yalitvonline.com. My next question will be, I'm sure for Deborah, you have been to such exhibitions outside of Ghana. There might be some young people watching us who feel like, well, I don't have the courage to do this. What has been your experience? And be very frank. Tell us the good, the bad, the ugly. Of exhibiting abroad, attending shows like this, and how has the reception been? Is this something you continue to want to do?
Josephine, thank you. Okay, so for the record, this has been my first exhibition abroad. I've gone for so many other fairs in Ghana, and I would like to add to what my lady said. We grow, we embrace the critics. That is, when the brand starts, it doesn't start nice or perfect in the beginning. For me, my craft has grown and has advanced from time to time. Each year or every time I go for fairs, I make sure I create something different, something that would draw attention or would make me different from other exhibitors, because made in Ghana products or made in African products have become quite similar. We have a lot of people making bags now. We have a lot of people making necklaces, and it's similar. So anytime I go for fairs, I make sure that I create something different. Like what I have here, I knew that probably there might be another millionaire on board, and I want to project Africa or Ghana in a different way. So I'm actually from the north, and this fabric that I have on this fascinator is the Northern Kente. And my mom is Ashanti, so I'm also representing the Southern Kente here. Let me say, okay, so let me not drive away from the question. We grow from time to time, and I would like to encourage the young people out there, whatever they believe in, they should go for it. I've always loved crafts. I've always wanted to create things with my hands as a child. And I come from a family where you probably should work in the government sector, or our parents think that kind of job is secure, because when you start a business, you don't have the funding. Like, the challenge is funding, and to sustain, you probably need a lot of things. So they probably think, okay, go and work in the government sector, you have your funds. Even if COVID, look at the COVID time, government workers received salaries, but businesses, businesses suffered. And for me, I think I would like to say this. During the COVID, I realized that a lot of people would make videos, people would start teaching cooking and all of that. So before I had started training, but the COVID period helped me to advance or bring the training into what I'm doing more, and it really helped me. Now I train so many people. I put ads on my Instagram page and people apply for it, they come for training, and I will only do train them in this craft. I bring on board people who are influential in other aspects to help them, support them, like the other soft skills, how to start, how to manage their business. I think in Ghana now, everybody is rushing to be a CEO. Everybody is a CEO. Any young person would create something and then they start, but we really lack training. For me, I need a lot of training. I still consider myself as a startup. Even if people come to my space, my office or my shop, they feel like, Debbie, you have it all, but I need a lot of training. I just loved craft. I went for a bit of training, that is to learn further with what I do, but I need so much training with how to sustain the business. So I think that young people out there, whatever you believe in, whatever you want to do, go for it. And I think with time and you being consistent, you will be able to go out there. So if there's any opportunity for you to showcase out there, you shouldn't hesitate. I got the opportunity to come here on another note, but I saw this program, and Selassie inspired me a lot. I met him about 2 to 3 years ago, and he's been very supportive. So I just decided that I'll take up this opportunity, meet new people, learn, and then also try to connect to the outside world. So I'm really very happy to be here.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Francesca, I'm sure you have the International Expo experience.
I will actually keep it short. Just something, everything they're saying is Kaizen. And it's some training that I did receive from GE Academy. Continuous improvements. Each single day, you add something. And the good thing I can say is that when we started business some time ago, we were scared of the Standards Authority. We thought that the police people would come and shut you down and not allow you to go out. Something has changed there. And now they are reaching out to us, coming for the inspection and telling you, put this here to make it right. So that is what we are following as small businesses, and it's helping us.
Thank you so much. So we're just wrapping up, and in this last question, actually I'm going to give you an opportunity to pitch. So you tell us about your brand, why we should do your brand, why we shouldn't live today without getting something from you in just 1 minute each. So who will take the challenge first? Who is ready for the pitch? You can win $1 million. All right, so Debbie will take it first.
Okay, so I'm taking this opportunity, investors out there, able men and women out there. The Braderie Craft House hopes to train as many young women in particular as possible all across Africa in craft. So what I aim to achieve, I just don't want to create pieces for people to buy and wear, but I want to channel my energy in training. So I want to travel all across Africa and train young women in the craft that is common in their region, and in so doing I empower them to aim for what they believe in. So I need you all on board. Come on board and help the Braderie Craft House, Red Butterfly Millennium, and the Braderie as a brand. Thank you.
So Beauty Secrets is a social enterprise. We believe that we cannot just succeed on our own without bringing other people up. Every bottle of shea butter or jar of black soap you buy from me, we are creating jobs for a lot of vulnerable women and young people across Ghana. Apart from that, our products are worth their own salt. So if you have any opportunity or means of helping us access markets, because to us, access to market is even better than access to finance. Once the people are paying, you don't need to go borrow. If you do, promote the brand Beauty Secrets. We are a business with a heart, and we are a business that gives you the best quality, and we are a business that impacts the whole world.
Okay, our mission since 2015 has been to impact lives and improve our local economy through fashion and craft. So anyone out there looking for a business to partner with, we are ready to work with you. Thank you.
Yes.
So Auto Couture, since its inception, is growing steadily, and the male fashion is booming as the days go. And for investors, I want to expand and build a factory where I should be able to export my clothing all over the world and to make Ghana proud as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We really enjoyed the session with you, and thank you for sharing with us. So,
Please, before you leave, everybody, stay seated. All right, stay seated. Don't rush out here. Yes.
Thank you very much. I want to make a comment. I'm very happy with some of the things which have come out. This sits in a government policy. Now, when the COVID broke out, Cabinet decided that we should protect our nationals. 3 committees were set up. One was specifically for school children, from kindergarten, primary, secondary, tertiary institutions, to have a 25-member committee to ensure that our kids are protected. Because if we were going to close down and open schools, all children of school-going age had to be given face masks, had given sanitizers. We should establish in each school the mechanism for washing of hands, etc., etc. So we needed soap, we needed paper, and this had to be made. The first decision of the president is that we are not going to import a single item. We are going to challenge Ghanaian production base to provide the inputs for all these. A committee of 25 was established to look at how do you protect our children. I happen to be the chairman of this committee. Now, immediately we set it going, Ghanaians responded. People started making face masks. People started making sanitizers. What is sanitizer? It's something with 70% alcohol. And we have plenty of application in Ghana and all kinds of alcohol in Ghana. And I'm happy to say that before we could say Jack, the business community have responded so positively to this that after we've done all these things from people, etc., we supplied PPEs to 3.8 million students, pupils, teachers, non-teaching staff, and everybody associated with education had to be given all this free of charge. This was cost a very big expenditure for government. People wouldn't know it cost billions. We were going to give every child 3 face masks, every person 3 face masks, sanitizer, half liter, 3 per a pupil, a student, everything. So this went through, but it has ended the country in a very big advantage. As we speak, about 6 companies have developed sanitizers to a level that they are exporting sanitizers from Ghana to other African countries. More than 11 companies are now exporting face masks from Ghana to other African countries. And we're happy to note that even a couple of European countries are now arranging, because it's cheaper to produce from Ghana, to buy face masks from Ghana to Europe. So the policy is important. The policy that we will not import anything. And as Francesca said, our standards board really rose to the occasion. They were to make sure that we meet the international standard in the production. And they did. Naturally, it's a process. And I think today, I would say that we are quite self-sufficient in protecting ourselves against COVID in all these supplies. Thanks to government policy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Yahoo. Put your hands together. This was very profound and very thought-provoking. Thank you for providing such good insight. Truly, of course, the wisdom of the elders is always needed. Come on, put your hands together. All right, I want to take this opportunity to ask all of our guests, we appreciate you here. We really are thankful for your presence here today. One of the things that will make my heart even more happy is that you move up closer. I want us to have that close-knit experience. And as I speak, I want you to move up closer so we can make this happen in 10 seconds. I want us to have that close-knit experience for many reasons, okay? Again, put your hands together for the guests. Wow. Okay. Wow, the panelists. Put your hands together for that, people. Put your hands together for them. Wow. So this Black History 2022, just to keep things in perspective, we are celebrating the ties between Africa and the USA. And truly, when I hear you speak today, here are some of the things that just jumped right at me. The relationships and the networking that have been done. That's one of the things that have kept a lot of the businesses thriving in the midst of COVID-19. Had it not been for the relationships that were formed prior to COVID, a lot of the businesses would go downhill altogether, right? And so today we can see the importance of networking and building strong relationships with each other. You never know whose lives you're impacting, right? You never know who you will see again. You never know how you're creating a domino effect when you give into one's life and this person give into someone else's life, and it just keeps going on, we pay it forward. So truly, thank you for those relationships. It also stood out to me the importance of the youth. Not only in changing the generation altogether with our businesses and becoming entrepreneurs and all these brilliant ideas and creativity that God is constantly downloading in our spirits, but also the youth of changing the face of the social justice. Right? So we want to close the equity gap. And this right here is one of the ways that we do it. Right? And so I want to say thank you for setting the example for all of you. Put your hands together. One of our takeaways here today from the panelists is to continue to believe in ourselves. Even when we don't see all of the resources, we don't have all of the support, but continue to believe in oneself, continue to have consistency, and launch further out. The bottom line is never give up. Put your hands together for the panelists.
Thank you so much for summing that up so beautifully. Please, you may take a seat now. So we do have another set of enterprises that will be coming up. But before they do, we will be taking a keynote remark from somebody I believe is very proud right now because she's a mother to the thriving enterprises that you just witnessed. And she will be talking to us about the role of MSMEs in the elevating of coronavirus, a case study of Ghana. Please help me welcome Mrs. Yankee Aye, CEO of GA.
I believe it's still morning, so good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
It's afternoon. Okay, so that's why the response was good. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Yes, great. So thank you all very much, the organizers of this program, for making it possible for us to come here to celebrate with all of you and for us to also share the work we've been doing in Ghana and the rest of Africa. I think it's a very important program, and for many reasons. One, to share, to learn, to build, and then to grow together. So when I was asked to give the speech, I was very excited, if I may say so. I've given a lot of speeches, but this one, there was some excitement because of what I was here to talk about. The role of MSMEs in the alleviation of coronavirus. And when I spoke to Selassie more about what he intended for me to speak on, he said it was how the MSMEs overcame COVID. The resilience of the MSMEs in Ghana, in Africa. And yesterday when I sat here, I spoke about the double R and L, which was resilience, resourcefulness, and leadership. The three things that have been able to help us drive change and to bring about change in the lives of these MSMEs that were able to sit here and those they left at home in Ghana. I believe that next time we'll be able to bring so much and many more people to learn from this experience, to build on the experiences. And I'm very happy to be here with the Honorable Senior Minister because I've learned a lot from him and the work that they're doing. Many times people say, the government is always doing policy. What's the point of it? If you don't have policy, you don't have direction. And so it's very important when you have a government that drives policy, that benefits the society, that benefits the MSMEs that we work with. Because if you don't put in place the right structures and the policy, and there's no direction, what you end up with is everyone doing what they want to do. So policy is very important. So what is the role of these MSMEs? And how have they overcome the impact of COVID, using Ghana as a case study? If you all remember, March 2020, the world changed. Thank you. For us in Ghana, March was when there was the lockdown. And the world stopped for a minute and had to reset. And for us to decide where we were going, what we needed to do. People stood still trying to figure out, okay, where do I move from here? People were cutting back on everything, on resources, on funding, support to MSMEs. But as the minister rightly said, Ghana, under the leadership of the President, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, took a different step. We just did not stop. But we actually put in place a policy that saw to the upliftment of MSMEs in a way we've never seen before, even in the Fourth Republic. And I strongly believe that in years to come, it's one of the things we will talk about forever. We might not see the impact now, but we will see it in the future. And what I mean by that is, for the first time, government decided that if COVID hits and nobody knows what is going to happen next, then the impact on the economy would be really terrible if we don't do something about it. So through the minister, the senior minister and his team, under the direction of the president, I think cabinet came up with a policy. And the policy was to set up the Coronavirus Alleviation Program Business Support Scheme. And we had 2 weeks to figure out how we were going to support these MSMEs. How do you do that when there's a lockdown? When you've told everyone to stay at home, and you know very well that there's no set date written in any book where COVID is coming to an end. And as we sit here, COVID still exists. That's why we're all wearing these masks. But the president changed the dynamics of the game and rather decided to invest in MSMEs. And that was the first step. That was what allowed them to overcome the impact of COVID. 600 million at that time, which was close to $160 million. At that time as well, we also were able to raise other funding, increase the budget, and what we did was to target these MSMEs because we knew if the MSMEs could be sustained, then they could hold the economy. So we needed them to survive. For the first time in the history of the nation, we used a technology platform to pull the requests from every part of the nation. Many a times people say, but what was the role of the MSMEs? You didn't give the funds to the MSMEs, and I'm very happy to hear some of the beneficiaries here. I actually didn't know she got some of the funds under CABAS. I knew that under the grants. But that shows you the extent of the work that we did using technology as a tool and a platform to meet the needs of almost every Ghanaian. Yes, we couldn't support everybody, but 300,000 people benefited from these funds. And out of the 300,000, 60% of them were women. Every region in Ghana and every district received part of these funds that government had earmarked because government realized that MSMEs were the tool to the success of the economy and technology was the platform that would help us achieve what it is that we wanted to do. So in the design of this case study of Ghana, the relevant things we need to realize is the importance of policy for MSME development, the importance of technology to deploy the work we're doing, and the importance of government's direction to actually implement the policy that had been designed. So government invested in MSMEs. In Ghana, if you look at the ratio, 44% of them are women businesses. It's the third largest in the whole world. 10 million businesses in Ghana, if you look at some of the statistics. And if you agree, that means 4.4 million women-owned businesses. And the funds changed the dynamics of the work we do. Because the role of the MSMEs, as the minister has stated and as the entrepreneurs mentioned, was very important. When there was a lockdown in China and China wasn't bringing in us many things that we needed, who was going to do that? The MSMEs had to rise to the occasion to help us overcome the impact of COVID. The face mask, the sanitizers, the soaps, who made them? The MSMEs. So in the front line for the fight against COVID were the MSMEs. They were at the front line to help us overcome what it is that we all talked about, but didn't know how we were going to achieve it. So for the first time in the nation's history, the face masks, the washing tools, everything was made in Ghana. And government supported the entrepreneurs to grow. Some people will say, is that a waste of funding? No, it wasn't. Because it created a new generation of entrepreneurs who were going outside the borders of Ghana. It created a new dimension for trade that we hadn't paid attention to. But because COVID happened, and because MSMEs were so important, in the case study of Ghana, we placed them at the center of it. And so today we're here today because the MSMEs played a major role to overcome the impact of COVID on Ghana and other countries. Now, what has changed? These funds were received by the entrepreneurs. They used it to build their businesses. Some used it to stabilize. At that time, we said, we're giving you funds to stabilize, to hold steady, so that when the storm is over, you can do more and better things. And that's what it did for a lot of people. It held them steady. It created the opportunity for them to survive when everybody else around them was dying. It allowed them to open their doors when everybody else was. So for the MSMEs in overcoming the impact of COVID, most importantly, it was the access to finance from government's policy direction that held them steady and continues to hold them steady. Now, what it also did to overcome the impact of COVID and what these funds did was that CAP Business Support was able to also put youth at the center of the work we did. And for the first time, the youth and women-owned and led businesses saw a dimension and an influx of capital that they had never seen before in the history, in the nation's history. And I believe that in times to come, we'll see a whole lot more happen. How do the role of MSMEs alleviate this coronavirus? They build partnerships and relationships. I think during COVID, for the first time, great partnerships were built by these MSMEs. People would call each other to support them. There was contracting to other businesses. I saw a lot of that happen where people would call SMEs and ask them to produce under their brands. So people buying from each other internally to grow their businesses. We saw a whole lot happening where Ghanaians were buying Ghanaian-made cloth to make the face mask. And it changed the dynamics of the business and the work that we do in Ghana. And it actually alleviated the role of the MSMEs to overcome the impact of COVID. Now, what you see with this data as we talk about it here and we consider the numbers, there are numbers to show, and yesterday I mentioned it, that the World Bank and UNDP report clearly highlights the impact of what government in Ghana did. That out of the numbers that shut down their business, 80% of them opened because government policy direction led to an influx of funding that allowed the businesses to overcome the impact of COVID. That is a lot. 80% businesses shut open because around the world people continue to talk about how although they were faced with COVID, they still have not been able to open their offices, their shops, and their businesses. So to have a case study like this in Ghana, I must say that we should be very proud of the work we've done and the role of MSMEs in the alleviation of supporting and overcoming the impact of COVID. Now, when you look at the data again, what it suggests is that firm sales of small businesses in Ghana increased by 22%. Unprecedented. Because nowhere will you have a pandemic and still have people increase sales. And this talks about how people realize that we needed to support each other in a time like this to overcome the impact of COVID. And it led them and translated into firm sales for small businesses increasing by 22%. And across board for all firms, it increased by 11%. How did they also overcome COVID? Digitization. Yesterday, the senior minister and other members spoke about digitization, that we needed to leapfrog. And how are we leapfrogging? With the support of MSMEs, those in the fintech space, those who are working in different directions. How did they leapfrog? It led to mobile money usage increase from 35.7% to 53.4% during the time of COVID. It shifted the dynamics of how we do business and moved businesses onto technology so they could trade with the rest of the world, trade with their neighbor, and help them overcome the impact of COVID, which would have led to a decline in sales had there been no technology. So I must say that a lot of things have supported the MSMEs. The MSMEs have become very innovative to be able to overcome the impact of COVID, ensuring that relationship building was at the heart of the work they did. Technology was key to the growth, and that access to finance that governments had led and implemented was the core success factor to move and drive the businesses. So as Ghana Enterprises Agency, the case study is quite clear. The relationship of government and private sector, public and private sector, the need to drive public sector growth, using our MSMEs to build the economy and to use them to overcome the impact of COVID. We're very proud of what we've been able to achieve, and we believe that there's so much more that is coming on. Government supported with, yes, the initial stabilization fund, and then in the next phase, we came up with funding support to help accelerate the growth of businesses under the COVID response grant and the high growth SME funding, which we've put in place to be able to build the businesses, the next generation leaders, and the captains of industry. So we'd like to thank you for the opportunity to be here to share with you what our MSMEs have done, those who came with us here today, who continue to support the businesses, support each other, who continue to support the Ghanaian economy. I will say that government will continue to assist MSMEs so that before COVID is over, they will be stronger and better than they were before. Thank you very much.
That was really comprehensive, in-depth, and sitting back there, I'm like, you have to start a business. The government has got you. Start it. And I'm sure that a lot of the young people watching us now would understand that there are structures and systems in our country that are backing us and supporting us in starting enterprises, businesses, ventures, etc. Thank you so much for sharing, and especially telling us about the statistics, because it's one thing just hearing, but when you get to understand that it was 80%, and then you begin to, really get a full comprehension of what is really going on. Thank you so much, madam. I want to become like you. All right. We missed acknowledging someone very special with us. She was here yesterday, actually. And at some point of the program, she'll be giving us a remark. Please help me acknowledge Dr. Nadia Adongo Musa from the Office of the President. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being with us. Thank you. Right, and we also want to say hello to Dr. Jacobs and his class of 45 students who are connected to this program. Hello! You can send your questions to us, and as we go along, we will ask our esteemed speakers and panelists some of the questions that you're saying you have for us. Thank you so much for joining us.
Of course, thank you so much for joining us. Wow. Okay. Mrs. Yankee, I just want to piggyback on what Josephine said. Thank you so much for setting the stage here for us, and for giving us this deep dive into policies and best practices and all of that good stuff. So it's one thing, of course, to have the idea of the business and all of these changes that we want to take place around us, but if we do not take this from just the local level and take it up to the federal levels, things are not going to take place. So that's where policies take place on the federal level. All right, so thank you for that. Put your hands together again for Mrs. Yankee. All right, thank you for being such a good example to the young people. Okay, and so because just a reminder that we are celebrating this Black History 2022, we are celebrating ties between Africa and the USA. And just a reminder that our relationships and networking is very important, and that is what drives our businesses to launch into the deep. So on that note, we're going to take a 10-minute intermission to go and celebrate and just kind of view, and don't touch too much, but you're gonna buy and all that stuff. All of the goods and the craft that are upstairs. This is the Made in Africa Expo. So this is the time where we go and we celebrate and we support, we network and we build relationships and continue the ties between Africa and the USA. Black History
2022.
Black History
2022.
I will see all of you back in exactly 10 minutes.
Sure.
All right.
And we're still streaming live, and so please make sure you interact with our businesses, the CEOs. Today we have Debbie. Debbie has some crafts to show you. A new introduction for those who were already there yesterday is Joseph Chachu. He's an artist, and he's brought some artworks from Ghana that are displayed at the top. And so make sure you take a break to see. You may also want to just stretch your legs. Just make sure we come back in 10 minutes to continue.
I believe in Africa. I believe in Africa.
I'm Eunice Emmanuel Baggy, the correspondent from Nigeria. Keep watching Yali TV.
I believe.
I'm Adikalias Kamara from Sierra Leone. Keep watching Yali TV.
I believe in Africa.
My name is Absa Samba, a correspondent from the Gambia. Keep watching Yali TV.
Africa.
I'm Milam Leticia, correspondent from Cameroon. Keep watching Yali TV.
I believe in you.
It's your boy Eko Boche, corresponding from Ghana. Keep watching Yali TV.
I believe in Africa. I believe in Africa.
Yali TV is a dedicated media channel created by young African leaders to provide a platform for the youth in Africa to share their achievements with the rest of the world and also get the opportunity to share their thoughts and opinions on matters and issues affecting the development of our continent. My name is John Apia.
Yali TV presents amazing segments that takes you into the life of young change leaders across the continent. Yali News, Yali Time with the Experts, Yali Experience, and much more.
I believe in Africa.
Are you a youth leader, civic leader, entrepreneur, or involved in policy making? Yali TV is here for you. Follow us on all
Okay, great for you. Okay, so. Video?
You don't see just pick one. Oh no, but I think that we love the fact that women wear heels. You know, women wear
I didn't even know it was called a fascinator. I thought it was a hat.
Okay, so these are
because I think
and then which one is it?
Right.
And it's like the high class people.
Yes.
So one wears it after wear it's like.
Yeah, they need
Yes, these are bigger than these. That's why this is 500.
You get different colors. So you don't have these.
No, I don't. Because they're heavy. I brought the suitcases. I brought just a few.
Okay, then,
But these are all.
Okay, so right now, Captain, I don't want Captain.
No.
I guess I'm verifying these things every time. What's the difference?
How it fascinates you, however you want to
Show me a photo. Yes. I do.
Oh dear Lord.
Wow.
Please, we'll come together.
Okay, so this is, why is Joseph?
Listen, bye. Hello?
Should I remove the face mask? Okay.
Hello. So this is Joseph. And Joseph is an artist. Tell us about what you have here.
Okay. This is Yasantua. This is Yasantua. The lady who fought hard. We're going to go through. Yeah. Yasantua, the lady who fought hard and also brought a strength to the Ashanti Kingdom.
Sorry about that.
And also this is an Ashanti Kingdom.
Talking about
what they do and the activities they do over there. Yeah, that is the history of the Ashanti Kingdom. We come down, this is Obapeni from the Ashanti Kingdom. Yeah, and the activities they do over there. And this is Okonfanochi. Yeah, this is Okonfanochi too. And also this, a deer catch. It's also from a community in Ghana. This is Izulezu. Yeah, this is Izulezu and the activities they do over there too. So you read everything about it, that is it. And this is the Ghana community. What they do in the Ghana community, if you go to the Ghana community, we have the lighthouse over there. There are the people who catch the fish. And also, Homowa, we call something of the festival. This is their festival. And their dance, Balogo. So all those things are, this is from the north. We have the Larbanga mosques, and also have the leader who leads them. Also have the activities, they are cooking, and also the cat railings over there. We also have the puberty rice. This is a puberty rice. Painted
So
over
Joe,
there.
you painted all of these yourself?
Yeah, I painted over this, all this myself. Yes.
Thank you.
Very
so much.
nice.
Yes, great.
You're welcome.
All right, and these are also teas made by a Ghanaian. Turkey berry is very popular in Ghana. Usually, nursing or mothers that just give birth usually would take turkey berry to restore their health, blood, etc. And so the entrepreneur is called Right. He thought of, packaging it this way, so it's easy for you to have turkey berry as tea. We have it with cinnamon, with ginger. There are different flavors of the turkey berry tea. Please, let's move to.
I have to contact him.
Okay.
Social media.
Okay. Yes, sir.
More social media handles.
All right. Okay, I was just Debbie. Yes, talk to us.
Hello everyone. So this is the Braderie Craft House, Red Butterfly Millinery. I've got bridal accessories made with kente and other lambi accessories here. We train all across Africa, and I'm really excited to be here and to be a part of all of this. So feel free to have a look or take a glimpse of what I have here. This is a fascinator made of cinnamon and then the northern Ghanaian kente. So if you want to rock this, wear it this way. You can wear this to party, wedding, any very interesting event. Yes. In Ghana, I'm located at Jowlu, Accra, Jowlu Junction. You can reach us on 055 72 74 786. If you are an international person, you can add +233 to in place of the 0. We are open every time to come train you and also sell our products to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Debbie.
Social media. Okay, so on Instagram, Red Butterfly Millinery, the Braderie Craft House, and the Braderie. On Facebook as well. You can go to our website www.thebraderie.crafthouse.com. You would see our mission, our vision, all the things that we want to do and we want to achieve. All our products are also there. Thank you so much.
Debbie, can you tell us a bit about
Okay, so as part of our brand, we have beads. These are authentic Ghanaian beads from Krobo. It's commonly noted as the Krobo beads.
Wow, this is nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Please tell us about your products.
So we're all natural products, as our name indicates. We're in the food business, and our focus is on producing, adding value to our raw materials, and we deal with natural products. So our products have no preservatives, no color, no additives. We're a Ghanaian brand. We've been around for the last 8 years. This is one of our. We have a few of them, but this is one of our products, ginger chips. So it's really just natural ginger from Ghana with a tinge of sugar, and it's crunchy, it's tasty. You know, ginger has so many properties: antioxidants, anti-inflammatory, for your chest, cold and cough. Ginger is so COVID appropriate.
Yes.
It's what you need during these COVID times for your digestion, for immunity. We're very proud of it. This is a coconut product, and it's just toasted coconut, so it's crunchy for your muesli, for your yogurt, for your ice cream, for your salad. It's absolutely delicious. We also make peanut brittles, coconut cakes, a range of other products in Ghana. We're very proud of it. We love what we do. It's healthy, it's natural, it's the best you can find. You can find that on Instagram on All Natural Products GH. Also same as on Facebook, All Natural Products GH. Reach us, get in touch. Let's talk. Let's keep you healthy and safe and strong, especially during this COVID time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hello. Hi. This is Francisca from Beauty Secrets. We have bespoke natural skincare products from Ghana, focusing on natural ingredients from all over the continent. Our base products are our shea butter and our signature African black soap. We are ready for business globally, and you can reach us on www.Beauty Secrets Africa. Our Instagram is Beauty Secrets AF, and all the other handles are Beauty Secrets Africa. Do reach out to us. We have fantastic products. Everything you buy does impact a life in Africa, and we are happy to do business with you. Thank you very much.
Can you run us through the different products?
Yeah. So our range is purely made up of products that are based on African black soap. That also includes shea butter. So I call my products shea butter and friends. Shea butter is the king, and all the other lovely African ingredients, add up to give you good value. So when we go through the black soap range, this African black soap, the ingredients are shea butter, coconut oil, the pod of the cocoa, and we have added on tea tree oil with turmeric. So it gives our black skin that beautiful glow like mine without any bleach. It makes you look so good. This is with shea butter. This other green one comes with shea butter and with lemongrass. It wakes you up in the morning with that very freshness and the bubble. And then for the older generation that is looking for something that is like anti-aging, the honey and eucalyptus in here just does the magic. We have the liquid version, which people love because it's very convenient to use and it's very, very fresh. And then we also have cocoa butter. Ghana has the best cocoa butter in the entire world. So we have the cocoa butter moisturizer, and we have shea butter that comes with either vanilla, lavender, or the very pure raw shea butter. When you come to the Beauty Secrets place, we have a wide range so that you can choose and keep your family healthy and moisturized.
Well, this is very nice.
You know whose ID this is? Oh, okay, keep it well for you.
This is very nice products indeed.
My darling.
Do you have your information contact if we want to contact you?
No. Right this way. Yes, we're here now. What do we have here? Who do we have? Tell us about it.
Similar to what I'm
It's called a band presentation. It's fine. I'm happy. That's why I came here. I'm ready to do it again. So our products are based on African natural ingredients.
Very nice. Very nice.
And
I like the fact that that's made in Ghana.
And then we do oil and others to make the black soap.
Fantastic.
So for my black
How much does this?
This one.
All these stuff are
So this comes with
live here in DMV, Washington DC to be specific, where we are celebrating Black History 2022, celebrating ties between Africa and the USA. Right now we have our guests, many guests from the DMV area and from Ghana who are visiting with us for right now.
Do you have a social media to buy them off?
Enjoying the beautiful arts and social media Africa Expo. It is looking good. There are lots of things right now over my head. A tiara, fancy tiara. I love it. They're wearing me from the upstairs area. We are counting down. We have approximately 60 seconds to find ourselves back downstairs in the main area for the event.
Thank you so much. Well, this is very nice. Alright. And then
people come together and celebrate efforts.
It's lovely. Wow. Guys, you should see this. You should be here tomorrow. You should come down to DC tomorrow. Yep. Wow, this is good.
Very nice.
Okay, just talk to our viewers.
Okay, hello, my name is Anita Oyebags. So we create African-inspired bags and accessories. We use fabrics
as our
from
guests
Ghana
are making their way down
all
right
over
now,
Africa.
we are gearing up for this
Instagram.
You
can find us on Instagram, Oye_GH. You can also find us on Facebook, Oye, OYE. And you can find us, we have a website as well. Go to www.oyebags.com. Let's connect.
Thank you so much.
They're all on the card too.
Hey, Patrol, me knew it,
Okay, can we shift the lights?
Yes.
All right.
Everyone, thank you for that downstairs.
Thank you, Philip. Thank you for helping.
I believe in Africa. I believe in Africa.
I'm Eunice Emmanuel Bagi, the correspondent from Nigeria. Keep watching Yali TV.
I'm Adikalias Kamara from Sierra Leone. Keep watching Yali TV.
I believe in Africa.
My name is Absa Samba, a correspondent from the Gambia. Keep watching Yali TV.
I'm Milam Leticia, correspondent from Cameroon. Keep watching Yali TV.
I believe in you.
It's your boy, Eko Boche, corresponding from Ghana. Keep watching Yali TV.
I believe in Africa. I believe in Africa. Yali, yali, yali. Yali, yali, yali. Young African soldiers. Young African soldiers. Yali, yali, yali. Yali, yali, yali. Young African leaders. Young African leaders.
Yali TV is a dedicated media channel created by young African leaders to provide a platform for the youth in Africa to share their achievements with the rest of the world, and also get the opportunity to share their thoughts and opinions on matters and issues affecting the development of our continent. My name is John Apia.
Yali TV presents amazing segments that takes you into the life of young change leaders across the continent. Yali News, Yali Time with the Experts, Yali Experience, and much more.
I believe in Africa.
Are you a youth leader, civic leader, entrepreneur, or involved in policy making? Yali TV is here for you. Follow us on all social media pages or visit our page www.yalitvonline.com. Don't miss a day. Yali TV, inspiring leadership.
Keep watching Yali TV.
Yali, yali, yali. Yali, yali, yali. Young African soldiers. Young African soldiers. Yali, yali, yali. Yali, yali, yali. Young African leaders. Young African leaders.
Hi everyone, I'm Uzamaka, the creative designer for Uzo Jewelry. Today, I'll be introducing to you a new collection called Grace. Grace is a collection which features earrings, bangles, and rings. Each piece carefully handmade by me here in our Lagos studio, and I couldn't be any prouder of myself and the journey it took me to get here. So let's talk about the collection, right? When I knew it was time to create something new, I had to really go into myself and really think about what I wanted the jewelry to say, what I wanted it to express, how I wanted to make women feel when they wear it, the story behind the jewelry and all of that. And I couldn't figure that out without asking God for direction. If you know the story behind the birth of Uzo jewelry, you will understand the importance of me speaking to God about this. I got the inspiration for these designs from home decor. I love home decor so much, amongst many other things. I stumbled on some lightning fixtures which inspired the key piece in this collection. Once I figured out the final designs and created the sample piece, then I was able to create all the other pieces which are centered around the key piece. Now the key piece in this collection are the earrings. Looking at the earring, it looks like a full circle with a disc at the bottom, but that's not what entirely it is. And I did not get the full picture until I got the name for the collection. Since I launched Uzo Jewelry, I've experienced favor from all over. I have the most amazing customers, and sometimes it overwhelms me how much they love and support the brand. Now this is me humbly speaking. For every 5 customers, at least 4 of them will come back to place a new order and also refer us to their friends and family. If that's not grace at work, then I don't know what is. And to think that I was scared and almost got cold feet to launch the brand is laughable to me now. I did it afraid, not knowing if people would like the name Uzo, if people would like my jewelry, but every step of the way has been full of grace. I have been in the jewelry industry for over 10 years now.
I'm proud to be one, and I'm glad to see women empowering young women like us. We also have another comment here. Long live Ghana, long live Africa. And that's again from Erikwa. Anna says, such a great event. Thank you, Anna. Thanks for joining. Kenneth says, super. I'm watching. Thank you so much. Keep the comments coming. We love to hear from you, and thank you for joining us all over the world. So we'll just go straight into our next panel discussion. We do have, like I mentioned, the next set of entrepreneurs who are going to tell us about doing business in Africa, what has been their challenges, opportunities, and also share with us how they're looking to connect with young Africans in the diaspora. So please, if you can kindly just join us back down here. So for this next set, we'll be having Mr. Richmond Asante. Please put your hands together for him. Okay, so you have to fly now. Mr. Richmond is on his way. And then we'll be having Ekia Sewa Sapo. Okay, just in time. We'll also have Mr. Ike Bano. We will have Mr. Fred Kicha. And then Mr. Kobina Tete Dazi. Mr. Kobina here. Okay. Please a round of applause again for our esteemed young entrepreneurs making our continent proud. Thank you so much for joining us. So like we did the first time, I'll give you the opportunity to introduce yourself, your business, and just a brief on what you do. So let me start with you.
Hello. My name is Ekia Sewa, and I run a All Natural Products company. We are in the food business. Our mission is really to add value to our raw materials that we have in Ghana. As our name indicates, we're all natural, so we pride ourselves in not having additives, colors, any artificial colors. Make the food as authentic as possible. We have a range of products. We have tuna chips, coconut chips. We have peanut butter tills. For us, it's about making sweets, local sweets, and because which we've always known for years. But our expertise is in providing good packaging, because we are aware that packaging sells. We've got to, we need to up our game. It's really about investing in packaging.
Awesome, awesome. Please a round of applause for that. Richmond.
Okay, so thank you. So my name is Richmond Perkins Asante. I'm a tech entrepreneur. I'm the CEO of SalesHot. SalesHot is a cloud-based software company headquartered in Ghana, West Africa. And what we do is that we do enterprise resource planning software for SMEs. We know that, the digitization drive that the government agencies AU is doing. And so, as a company, what we want to do is that the SME, the small, medium enterprises, we give them accounting softwares, ERP, at a price that they'll be able to pay for, and to help them digitize their work and to make them more effective in their business. So that's what we do. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Frederick Kitcher. Most people call me King Fred. I own a dealership in Maryland and an automotive shop. We do foreign events. It's a one-stop place. You can get your diagnostics, engines, transmissions, electricals, name it. Our services are equal to the standards in there, and you can depend on us for the services of your automobile. We serve Maryland, Virginia, Baltimore, the DMV, so you always be welcome, and then we are ready to serve you.
Hello, my name is Ike Banner. We also own a business here in Maryland with a few subsidiaries which consist of event planning, production, floral sales, and also consulting. We've been in business since, I think, the early days of the early times of 2008, and we've been doing this. We started this as a way to bring love to the people. We started this as a way to be able to introduce a different way of doing business to our fellow, my fellow Ghanaians and fellow Africans. We saw a need and we tapped into that need and we tried to actually bring the solution, which we did. So that's how we came by doing this.
Thank you so much. Please, a round of applause again for them. And so I'm just informed that we have two categories of entrepreneurs here. We have entrepreneurs who are doing business, African entrepreneurs doing business in the US, and then we have those doing business in Africa and looking to come to the US, and those who are already here doing business. And so their views will be from these different areas. We miss adding one young entrepreneur who is doing business here in the US. Please help me welcome Mr. Kafui. Okay. So here's what we are going to do. We are going to come to an agreement. Okay, even though I have called you already, I think the first panel we did was more of those that were in Africa, doing business in Africa, and then exporting to the US. And so I'm going to ask for Richard and you to just hold on. You know, I'm going to call you back in a special section. I'm going to add one more person doing business in America, exporting to Africa, and then I'll call you back. Okay? Please clap for them. Thank you for understanding. I'll bring them back up. All right. So I'd like to invite Morton Modern Movers to join us now. Thank you so much. So Kafi, if you can introduce yourself and then tell us about what you do.
Good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Kafi, Kafi Ubina, first name Wisdom and last name Women. Most people call me Kafi Ubina, that's how I went with that. So I'm basically in the real estate field. So what I do is I, with a lead agent, one of the teams with the most or the highest selling real estate company, Keller Williams. I also I also founded a short-term and corporate housing. We actually serve furnished housing to traveling professionals, nurses across the country. We've been able to, within 1 year, we've been able to house over 500 traveling professionals, and we are still expanding. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Tomiko Shine Wharton. I'm the co-owner of Wharton Martin Movers. We're a 120-year-old transportation business. By academic trade, I run it with my husband, but I'm a cultural anthropologist, and my husband by trade, academic trade, is a psychologist. So everything we do in business, we look at the culture. Culture is important. Also, we're looking to expand our business over to Mother Africa, Ghana in particular, and we're getting into the export to tap into the diaspora economy here from our brothers and sisters in Mother Africa. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So I'll start with my round of questions, and I do understand that all of you have worked in the US with different number of years. Some of you have done it for long, some just came in and started, and so your response to this question will be different, but I think we'll appreciate also to have the different perspectives, depending on how long and how you have worked in America. So I want to ask you about how you started. How did especially the Black community interact with you with your business? How did they cooperate with you? Did you have challenges working with other Africans here in the diaspora? Are you able to network? Are you able to share ideas? Did they support your business? If I decide that I have a brand, I want to come to America, I want to export my brand here, do you think that I will have the support of the Black community? Has that been the case for you? So I think anyone who's ready can just state that.
Hello, I want to take that. I've been in business at least for 20 years. In Gettysburg. If you don't know Gettysburg Auto Clinic, then you may be a stranger over there. I serve the Black community, the white community, the blue community. I mean, all around, we never discriminate. We serve everyone equal, male or female, and we make sure we are always on target. I have so many witnesses around, especially my honorable MC. If I go off target, she will straighten me up. The quality of our job advertised our business, because in those days, I said to myself, I don't have the funds to go on TV, to go and advertise or commercials. So we decided we're gonna save the community. So somebody will tell somebody, somebody will tell somebody, somebody will tell somebody, and it all came together, and it grew. I serve people I don't even know who I'm serving. It's like sometimes you have an angel in front of you, you don't know. You just have to be honest to whoever comes your way. And the people who comes my way, they intend selling me out to the public. You know, especially in the African community, we talk, and people talk. Women talk. So when they get the services, they will, if it's good, they will talk about it, and others will come. If it's not good, they will talk about it. So that is how we're able to network. In the diaspora, the news goes far, even sometimes beyond my imagination. I go to programs and people will be pointing me out. This is the guy, this is the guy. Then they will come and they want to tell me about their car. I said, please, today I'm here to chill. You know, if anything comes to the office, they will take my business card, they will come to the office, and the response was good. Other people, they quickly tell me, Fred, I want to patronize your business.
Wow.
We work for all the insurance companies. And to work for the insurance company, you must be in good stand in order to get that referral.
So, Mr. Fred, what you're saying is that there is that support. You have
The support.
experienced that support.
The support comes with your quality of work.
Yeah.
The quality of work will speak for you, and you are in business.
Great. Thank you so much. Please, a round of applause for him. Yes, Madam Martin, I would love you to.
Thank you again. It's an interesting question. Our business started in 1890. My husband's grandfather, he left a slave plantation in Virginia, came to Maryland. He came, they had about 13 children, him and his wife, 4 died. One of those sons was my husband's father. And so 120 years later, we're still running a trucking business. It's profound for us because we are the descendants of those enslaved Africans that were brought here, right? So this man on the plantation, I know he never imagined 120 years later that his grandson would be still doing this business. But the most profound thing for us is that we traveled to Ghana, Mother Africa last year in the summer. I was just blown away. For us Africans here in America, it's a different type of thing when we want to do business. It's about connecting to our heritage. It means so much. I kept telling everybody, I've been trying to get back for 400 years. And they was like, huh? I'm like, I've been trying to get back for 400 years. And so it's a very emotional trip. But when I landed in Ghana, I see Ghana like Washington, D.C. Ghana is the capital of Mother Africa. It is the gateway, and this comes from the profound groundwork that Kwame Nkrumah laid many decades ago. And also the groundwork that President Nana Adolfo is laying now. And so to see this lineage, when we went there, the opportunity was just overwhelming. And so with the Ghanaians, what we realized is that we had to extend our business across the ocean. They demanded it. Industrious, brilliant, innovative, it was overwhelming. And so from there, we are having to expand the business. Sister, you know what, I guess I'll put, what was the question? What was the,
Yeah,
am I going right?
It's still in the right direction.
Okay, so, I'm sorry, when we began to see the folks, we visited many farms. It's so funny, we got there, it was like, don't visit in the northern region, the town people, they want to stay in the tourist area. They didn't want us to go, and I'm like, no, we want to see the people. We want to see what's really happening. And we was blown away. We was blown away. And so it was like, can we take the products back? So the sisters and the folks here with the products, I told my husband, I said, we have got to tap into what's called a diaspora economy. That's with us, the brothers and sisters that was taken away. That's what we represent. We are a whole new diaspora economy that are waiting to lift Mother Africa and us all up. It's absolutely amazing. This is the best time to be African. You can't get a better time than this for us right now. And so with our transportation business, our trucking business, we want to expand, of course, and export, but we are at the foot of Mother Africa. And so we're at the surface, right? As my husband often say, we are like the Josephs that were sold into slavery. He was gone for a while, but he had to return back. He had to return back to help and to extend his people. So with us right away, we have resources, we have knowledge right away. And so when I came back to the United States, I said, we gotta do something in agribusiness, agriculture, transportation. I found a program called Guza Kuza Ignite. And I was in this program with about 70 women from 17 different countries, founded by a young woman named Nana, who believes agriculture is the way. I was blown away. They sped me up. They sped me up all the way. And so now we're at the point where We're going back in May, and we just ready to light fire. We ready to light fire.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That is so refreshing to hear. In fact, you touched on something that was going to come at the end of the conversation. No, it's fine. And I mean, that is something I wanted to ask every one of you on this panel. If you want to go back, if you want to take the business back home, you know. But we are still going to do it. But just to ask Kafui. So Kafui, I know you did business a bit in Africa, and then you moved to the US. And how quickly you have, just settled in. The last time I heard from Stephen, he said Kafui is a big boy in America. Can you share your experience? How has it been like? How did you manage to so fast, grow a business in the US?
Great. So since I know you very well, I'll call you by the name Aquile. So Aquile and I were part of the YALI program, the Young African Leaders Initiative, fourth cohort, and it was great. And so that's it. However, I sure did start a business in Ghana. It was in plastic recycling. Great. We're one of the best companies that sprout up that was actually battling and solving the problem of plastic waste in Africa. Not only were we working in Ghana, but we actually spread out tentacles to neighboring countries like Ivory Coast, we're in Burkina, we're in Nigeria, we're in Sierra Leone, Gambia, and a few others. But the key point, as you just asked, is how I was able to transition quickly. I think I had a foundation and I had needed skills. That regardless of where I found myself, I could still put those skills and foundations that I gathered right from home into good use. And for me, basically, that's it. That's the difference that I see here. That back home, most entrepreneurs out there in Ghana actually go through a lot. Standing from here, up here, right? And the experience I went through back home, there were so many times we worked so many months with no pay. Right, just to see the business going. We didn't have enough to even pay our employees, but they were still working. They believed in the vision. We sold the vision to them and they loved it. They were working without money. Right, here you don't employ anyone without money. Right? It won't work. Right, so for me, the knowledge and skills that I built back from home it was very easy for me to actually to push. And here, what I mostly do is I help people buy houses. I help people, accommodation, think about it. Everybody slept somewhere today, right? Before coming here. It's very important, it's key. Accommodation is key. Everyone needs a roof over their head. And for me, in that space, I believe it's a calling to make sure that we are able to reach out to every single person, make sure everyone has a roof over their heads, regardless of your skin color, regardless of where you come from. Of course, we are talking about Black History Month, right? And if you look at it, blacks are the minority right now when it comes to housing. Statistics show that blacks have very less information when it comes to buying of houses. We find black people not being able to buy houses because they think it's very expensive, which is a myth, right? Technically, people still think you need about 20% down payment before you can purchase a house in America. It's a myth, it's not true. You just need between 1 to 3% if you work with the right person and you're done, right? So all these things, we are actually working because we feel like a lot of people have been misinformed, and they don't even know how to approach these institutions to access all these opportunities that is available to them. Right, that is where I come in, and I try to, my company, Elite Agents, we are with Keller Williams. We don't only sell to make money, of course there's money, but we try very hard to also take off the blindfolds that have been put on people, especially blacks, to make them understand that they have the power. Once they have the intention and are willing, they can get a house, very cheap. And also, to add to it, I believe people here have a lot of opportunities and freedom compared to back home. Merging your skills and all the opportunities around you in Ghana and being exposed to the freedom here and the greater opportunities is very easy to excel. So for me, that's it.
Thank you so much. Please a round of applause for Coffee. Thank you so much for sharing. Ike, you have been here since 19.
Don't say it.
You know, I asked
didn't have the
him.
whole room say the same thing everybody has been saying.
How long have you been in the US? Tell us.
I think 1999.
1999.
Yeah.
Wow, amazing. So you have done, and how long have you done business in America?
Well, if you say how long have I done business?
Yes.
Business.
Yes, like
Well,
your
I'll say actually later than I actually started my business.
Okay.
Because, and this is what I actually want to explain. There is two different ways of doing business. Of course, all of us, we start doing business through our hobbies. Most of us start through our hobbies, through people pushing us. I had a hobby which was music, and I started by DJing. So one day I was DJing a wedding, and then this guy comes, I see him setting up stuff, and he comes in and stand next to me. He came with bags. So then when they started partying and stuff, lights started coming on all over the room. And I see this guy with a mixing board going, I'm like, wow, what is that? He said lighting. Of course, in 2008, lighting production in weddings wasn't that big. So I was like, interesting. So how much does something like this cost? And he said, oh, this 2,000, about 2,000 or so. And I'm standing there looking at the speakers around the room. Heavy speakers. I lived in an apartment by then, top floor, always carrying the speakers up. And then I get paid $350. And this guy just came in with bags, 2 hands, and set up and tells me $2,000. So I took his number, and he asked me, actually asked me, call me, please, don't forget to call me. I called him, and since then, he became my mentor. I sold all my equipment, those that I couldn't sell, I put them in the trash. And then started working with him. And he trained me in actually doing business, owning a business, not owning myself, which most people do, most Africans. What do I mean by owning yourself? Meaning you put yourself before the business. You see, if you go on their business page, all you see is them. So, how do you own yourself? When you are gone, your business will not survive. That's the difference between the Fortune 500 companies that have been there since 1890 and so forth. The business was up front. That's why the business is still surviving. Because if your name is bigger than the business, once you are gone, nobody can replace you. Everybody, all your clients leave because, And I saw this growing up because there were a lot of businesses in Ghana that you see, oh, this and Sons, this and so forth and this. But it was there. So if they are not there, the business dies. And you've seen it all over the country. So I learned how to actually put a business first. And with my experience from him and also from corporate America, we were able, as a family, my sister and I, brother and everything, we were able to come together, form a business that thrived on the business name and not one person. I had the opportunity to share this with a few entrepreneurs that were upstairs yesterday. One of the advice that I got from a very great man, who is also my pastor, Reverend Abi, and he said, you know what, it's good to have CEO or whatever on your business card, but at the end of the day, if you go somewhere and somebody knows that I'm meeting the CEO, I'm sitting here selling you whatever product I do, which is oranges, and I'm sitting there and you're like, oh, the CEO is selling the oranges. Nobody wants to associate themselves with a small business. Somebody they think that is small. They always want a bigger guy. So if they can't talk to the CEO, even though you are the CEO, you can still represent the company at a standard that doesn't have to boost you up. I'm a salesperson. Okay, I'm the salesperson for Real Fairy Tale Weddings. Okay, so what do your company do? I go on. If you don't want to talk to me, you know what? I can transfer you to my manager, or I can transfer you to a CEO. We have a ton of people. It's a family business. My brother, my sister, they don't know. They talk to them, they know I'm talking to the CEO, somebody higher up that can help me. I can give this person $1 million to actually do this work. but I'm not going to give the salesperson $1 million. And that's the challenges that most small businesses face, because we don't get the bigger money because we sold ourselves to be a one-man show that nobody wants to put their money in us. So, to your question, I hope if I'm on track,
I haven't asked you the question yet.
I got so excited. I'm going on.
Yes, but it was interesting what you were talking about, and we have a lot of young people watching this program, and I thought that it was really impactful what you were talking about, and I'm sure that they have learned something from it. Okay, but the question I was actually going to ask you was, you mentioned to me that you have visited Ghana several times.
Yeah.
I want you to talk about structures in America that help business grow, and the difference you see when you go back home, especially for the ones you think, if they are probably improved, can also make businesses or give the freedom to businesses in Africa, as you have experienced here.
So I'll say some of the best qualities or training that you can get in this country, especially if you work in corporate America, is customer service training. Your ability to actually accept that you are wrong, even when you are right. Mm-hmm. That is one of the challenges that I also had when I went to Ghana. Because in Ghana, everybody is right. And because I felt like if somebody is selling you something or they own something, who are you to tell me what to do? So my brother came up with another company which is consulting businesses in Ghana and training people in customer service and business relations and how to grow your business, which includes the first part of my long talk. So here to Ghana, when you look at the customer relations, when it comes to customer and business, it's vast. Mm-hmm. There is a huge difference because that gap that there's no bridge between, you know what, I agree, you go to the market, you know what, this fish, I feel like it's broken, even though you broke it, I'm still gonna change it for you. I can go to the supermarket here, pick a bottle, break it, and they'll come and clean it, and I'll get another bottle and go and pay. It's not because they are stupid or it's because they like losing money. No, it's because they understand if they treat you right, you will come back next time. Mm-hmm. And today you buy just a bottle, tomorrow you buy a bottle and a goat. Mm-hmm. So that's the difference. So that's where some of the challenges we face. And also how to let people understand that you are building. Most people don't want to build a long-term business. They want in my pockets now. Mm-hmm. And that is some of the challenges that we have with most of the policies that are being implemented in Ghana, because they don't understand. If I sit here and you tell me I'm going to give you free education, which is the free education, I'm thinking long-term, like, do you understand how many kids that wouldn't be subjected to bring money and let me pray for you in the next 10 years or 20 years? Because 1 million kids are going to school free, at least minimum. Out of that million, let's say 10% gets university education. The rest of the 90, they will have some kind of knowledge. Some will go to technical schools, others will go here. That would not subject them to minimalistic thinking. So that alone is a huge success. Every government that comes has their major policy that they run on. Obama had Obamacare, Bush had the Iraq War, and so forth. But the current governments, even if they fail at anything, they fail at everything. One thing which is the free education, the free SHS, that is huge. Because if you think the long term, what are the goals? What are the long term goals? What am I getting long term? You're getting a lot, because you're gonna have a lot of kids that will be educated, that can start something with what they have, rather than getting stuck.
I'll pause you there so that I can allow the other partners to also share. Still on structure and how you think that the system or how America is structured in the area of business, help businesses to grow. And if you have had the opportunity to work in Africa, what are the differences that you see and things you think can be, improved? Yes. In just 1 minute each, right. So we can wrap up.
I believe, for now, my belief is back home, we have the raw materials, we have the manpower, we have the strength, or the knowledge to a certain extent. The only thing we need now is the technology back home. So when we say we are taking business home, we are taking business home. We don't need to take the manpower home. The technology, we take it home. The system is there. It's not very strong, but we will make it work because it's the system which is working here. The system is perfectly working. So let's take the technology home and let the system also work. That will be my main focus. Right now, if I open a shop in Ghana, back home, I went home and somebody have some small something, then he will fix the tire. After that, he turn it off. I don't know whether he's using kerosene to run the thing, but if I should take alignment machine, I should take some of our impact guns. The work that would take 1 hour, 5 minutes, done. The diagnostics, if I take my diagnostic tool back home, you bring your car, oh, my check engine light is on. I plug it in, I see the code, I interpret the code, I give it a diagnostic, boom, done. US, I do that in 1 minute, $100. The technology is what we need home. If we take it home and we educate them.
Excellent. Thank you so much. So from Ike is improving customer service and also young entrepreneurs thinking long term rather than what I should just do to have money. And then Frederick says it should be technology focused, technology improvement. And for those of you here who want to come, you're looking at how can they use the technology that's making work easy for us over here. All right, Madam Martin.
Thank you. That's an excellent question. When you talk about structure, and this is a prime time, right now we're in a shift as societies and systems are transforming or being dismantled or coming to their end. And so right now, part of the challenge is going to be for Mother Africa. The countries are still had that colonial legacy over the institutions and processes. So right now, to deal with structures, we need new structures where our youth have creativity and able to tap into innovation, right? And so the businesses, like the brother said, we got to begin to institutionalize our businesses. And part of what needs to be done is we definitely need infrastructure in Mother Africa, a lot of training, and also policy has to be changed, but it has to be backed by advocacy. So we need our advocates. So like us, we've already began to grow our team in Mother Africa and Ghana. And the women are from the northern region. We're very interested in the northern region and the rural because they feed all of Ghana. But they have a lot of untapped human capital and resources there that are ready to work and get the knowledge. And so one of the things that we've been doing is they're in a lot of training. A lot of research is being done. Like we started a research, a think tank. I felt the need to do that to feed them constant information. And so we've got to begin to transform and create our new structures and new agencies and be unafraid of change. Right now, we got to be unafraid of change and we got to be fearless because the good days is like right across the street. It's like right there. It's like right there. The goal is, the throne is right there for us and our youth is waiting. So infrastructure, digital education training, policy backed by advocacy, because the supply chain has been broken, we know that. So it's an opportunity to create a new supply chain with Africans at the forefront. Made in Africa labels should be everywhere now.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. And I love something I saw when we went up there, I think for O2, his brand, where he places the brand logo, he's written under Made in Ghana. And I said, this is great. Not just his logo there, but he's written down there, Made in Ghana. And I think that's excellent. Thank you so much. Kafi.
Thank you for allowing me to speak last because they've said everything I wanted to say. Now I'll just probably spend a second to the only thing that I believe for me has been one thing that I pointed out, which has been the difference between working in Africa and Ghana, has been the issue of punctuality to work. So when I came here, I was always late to work. Always late to work. I got several queries, but it wasn't my fault. Like that was how I was brought up. That's what the Ghanaian system brought me up, which I wouldn't say it's good, but
you brought yourself up.
You know, pardon me, I wouldn't say it to be wrong or bad or to tarnish the image, but this is something that we all like, time consciousness. You tell someone, hey, come fix my pipe. It's like, oh, maybe so. You know, it takes him, oh, I'm in the trotro, I'm almost there. You know, the next hour, he's still behind. He hasn't even left his house yet. You know, but here you call someone, I'll be there at 5:59, or even 15 minutes before 6, he's at your door, ready to work. You know, he's not even feeling like he's doing you a favor. Ghana, you have to beg someone to even sell something to you. You know, so all these little things, for me, I feel like as a business, we have to be ready, as my other said, co-panel said, it's customer service. You have to be ready, you have to be willing, you have to be seasoned to know that you are positioned to actually serve, you are positioned to actually solve a problem and make sure the cycle keeps going, right? It's cyclical, but not to end the cycle and feel like because you're in a business, you are the boss of Ghana, you know. So that's one key thing. And the last one is access to capital or source of funding. I love the fact that there are so many venture capitalists sprouting in Ghana and angel capitalists and all that. But I feel like one key thing that is, which I know you will all agree to, if you position yourself, you build your business, you have your everything in place, and you know how to actually pitch, speak to the right people. Of course, it will be difficult to get in because sometimes because of your color, excuse me. But if you keep persisting and you are, willing, resilient, you should be able to get funding to actually push through. I just say that to mean that back in Ghana, some of us, we had good business plans, you know, but you're still hungry, you know. But here it's easy for you if you know the right doors to knock. You should be able to get funding that is actually available to everyone, considering the fact that you have done your homework and you have positioned yourself in the right place, right?
Thank you so much. Please, a round of applause for our panelists. Thank you so much for sharing with us. And the last part was really something great. And I'm sure that all the young people have taken note of all these things. For those of us who are planning to start business in America, we have our notes all jotted down. And we'll see you for more. Thank you so much. So we are closing in some few minutes. We have just 2 more. You know, today is the Made in Africa Expo, so it's all about businesses, enterprises. We just have 2 more, and then we'll be done. So I would like to invite Mr. Richmond. Please, a round of applause for Richmond as he comes. And then we would also have Equias Wasapom. Awesome. Yes, just the 2 of you, you see? Please, a round of applause for them again. Excellent. I think it takes a lot of courage, a lot of work, and, you know, a lot of starting, stopping, trying again, and all of that to get to where you are. We are really proud of you, and thank you so much for coming. And so I think I may introduce yourself, but just do it again. Tell us your name and a bit about your business, and then Richmond will also do same.
So my name is Equias Wasapom, and the company I work for is All Natural Products. We started in 2015, and we are in the food business. We're in the food business, like our name indicates, it's all natural, so our focus is ensuring that there's no additives, no color, no preservatives. We keep the food as authentic as possible. We have about 6 products: ginger chips, coconut chips, peanut brittles, Black and White, for those who remember Black and White, Aliwa. Our job is to bring it back and make it very interesting and exciting. And yes, that's what we do. And we're 8 women. We are very women focused. We used to be a few, but of course with COVID and all, and we love what we do.
Thank you so much. Please, a round of applause for Expo. Yes, Mr. Richmond.
So thank you. So my name is Richmond Perkins Asante. I'm a tech entrepreneur from Ghana. I'm the CEO of SalesHod. SalesHod is a cloud-based software company in Ghana. And what we do is that we do ERP software, that's enterprise resource planning software, for SMEs. I mean, we understand that what Africa is doing now is focusing on industrialization. And we know that it's not possible to have industrialization without digitization. And so what we want to do is to help SMEs get software systems to be able to make them more effective in what they do in their work, and to make it also affordable. So affordable enterprise planning software for SMEs. And I'm also the director for Tekoba, a tech community bridging access in Africa, trying to connect the continent with trade and technology. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, Ikea, I think when you introduced yourself the first time, you said something about branding and packaging and the fact that it was very important. I'm sure that you have done quite a bit of exhibitions abroad and in Ghana. So can you just share your experience and how that's, improving on packaging, improving, just how the food is presented, has made your business go or made it unique on the international market?
So we started in 2012 and then we kind of rebranded in 2015. So we've been around for a little while. And then not a lot of companies took packaging very seriously, especially in the food business. But for us, it was very important that our food has to be visually very presentable. And I always say that if I went to a shop shelf, there could be 20 of the same products. But for me, it was important that the first one that you'd notice is mine. So of course, with some of my products, it's got the fabric on the top. We use raffia. It's very colorful. We try to make it as African as possible and very, very authentic. And we've had a few opportunities to do international fairs, and we've used the chance to really perfect our art and our production process. Taste is one thing, but everybody can do the taste. But what will make you stand out would be how you present it and how you sell yourself as the product.
Excellent. Please, a round of applause for it. Thank you so much. Richmond. So, since yesterday, there's been a lot of talk on technology, digitalization and all of that. And Tekoba, I know it's a growing business in Ghana. How do you commercialize technology? In the space where I work, I also work with women, and we train women with digital skills, etc. And you tell them when you finish, it's easy to get a job, and the faces just drop. Are you sure you can get a job with software development? Before you have one, but you have done that so well, and your business is well known in Ghana. How did you work that out in commercializing and what you do in the tech space?
Okay, thank you. To be honest, it's not an easy space to be in tech. We are into enterprise resource planning softwares. I remember, I think 3 years ago, we had a business that was using, when you check their trial balance, it's about $30 million in Ghana. And they wanted a software, an accounting software. They were using QuickBooks and not the original QuickBooks, they were using someone else. So then they were susceptible to attacks and all that. People could hack them. And it was kind of strange to have a company with that asset, money, and not willing to pay 20,000 Ghana cedis worth of software. To be able to, get your own business and the things that you do, to become effective and to be able to protect your own pest. And so, for us, for example, when the COVID came, we realized that yes, it's difficult to convince a lot of Ghanaian businesses to use softwares, because for sometimes the challenge that they just need another personnel to also manage the software, and it becomes quite expensive for them. So yeah, the truth of the matter is that we have to even pivot to a lot of doing e-commerce sites and web apps for businesses, because because of the COVID, people wanted to move into the e-commerce side. So it's not easy. However, we are telling you, Main IP gave us funding, and we had awards 40 under 40 and all that. So we are doing quite well, but I should say it's not easy. However, Africa cannot do anything without technology. We missed the green revolution, we missed the industrial revolution. The information age, we are actually not part. The only thing that we have now is that we have a growing number of young people in terms of numbers. We are the most growing youthful continent in the world. And so we have labor. You can't do anything without these three: labor, land, and then capital. We have labor. But what's happening is that the new emerging technologies like blockchain technology, AI or machine learning, virtual reality, augmented reality, what this is, if you don't take care, is that we are really going to become irrelevant in this global village. If we miss the opportunity to digitalize Africa, we are going to be, I don't want to use the word, it's like, then we don't need Africa in the world again. We have young labor, because now I went to a shop in Washington, and then I did not, for a tech person, was really interesting, because I did not actually have to talk to anybody. Walk into the shop, pick your product, go to a counter, and you make your own payment. Take your change and you walk out. And so we need to understand that it's not just an opportunity, it's a threat. Unless we now focus on technology. Because when Africa focuses on technology, what happens is that we have to sidestep the green revolution, the industrial age and all that, and still be with the developed economies. We have to. And that's why we started Tekoba. Tekoba is a tech community. Because we realized that, yes, for me, I know that in the next 5 years, Ghana will be ready for my ERP software, but I'm still hanging in there. I'm using e-commerce sites to be sustainable, to be able to pay my workers and all that. But Africa and their policymakers and the decision makers must realize that it's not something that is an opportunity that we can do, it's a threat. If we don't do this, Africa is out. Immigration still works in the developed economy because they need labor. Very soon, the next 5 years, they don't need any unskilled labor anywhere. So we need to do that. We need to decide that it's either we do technology or the black continent is blackened out. Thank you.
Very insightful, Richmond. Very insightful. Very insightful. Thank you so much for sharing with that. And you mentioned about price, and my next question was actually going to be on pricing. Okay, so I'll start again with the Kia. Selling abroad, you're just doing now. In terms of price, has it been to your advantage or not? Or how have you managed to, sell in a way that even moving your products from Ghana, the cost of it and bringing it here, you are still able to get the value on the products?
It's always a very difficult balance to figure out how to price it. And I think for us small businesses, half the time we get it wrong anyway. And we always have to invite, people within that space to help us figure out a unit cost and then figure out the pricing.
Wow.
It's always a fine line we have to walk to get it right. You also don't want to outprice yourself. Half the time we do that. And also because for small business, we don't have economies of scale in what we do. We always tend to be too expensive. And for us as well, a lot of our imports, our production items are all imports as well. So you have to bring it in at high cost and then you have to bring it back. So we always do get a price, most of the time we get a price wrong. But sometimes you just have to bite the bullet and have to forgo some margins just to be able to get into the market. And in the hope that in doing it, the economies of scale will come to bear and make up for it at some point. But it's something we're all learning every day and getting, hopefully we get it right at some point.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Yes, very good answer. Very pleased. A round of applause. So I'll bring the same question again on pricing for tech. And I just wanted to share with you that for the women that we are training in technology. Sometimes we have companies, sending us an email and say, oh, I need a software developer. Can you send me a resume so I see if this person can do the job? And then you send the resume, they engage the person, and they get back and say, oh, the price was so high. I mean, just for a software. So I go back to the student and I said, okay, I submitted your resume for this job. And they say, oh, it's very difficult. I mean, you sit down for so long coding and all of that. So Richmond, that is your area. How should price work for technology, especially for young Ghanaians? Because you're Ghanaian, let me just say for Ghanaians who are software developers and sometimes take contracts from abroad and stuff like that. How do you position yourself to be in the good price range so you don't lose out business, at the same time also you have value for what you're giving?
Okay, thank you. Okay, so first and foremost, in our part of the world, service is always difficult to price because we are not used to paying for services. We are used to paying for product. Ghana now is trying to tertiarize its economy, but we're still not there. If you look at the inflows, the revenue that comes to the country, most of them do not come from service. You see that the financial sector are now doing well and all that. So yeah, it's a challenge. Trying to price for service. However, I think that what we do, and I'll use ours as an experience, what we do is that we know that for technology, when you've been able to develop the product, for example, maintenance is not too difficult. And it's not too costly in terms of when you've already developed the product, and you reach a certain critical mass, you can make your money back. So I'll use an example like Amazon, for example. I know they're not on their e-commerce site, but it took them almost 20 years before they can declare profit because they had to reach a certain, and when they reached that, they began to make profit from that. It's difficult competing with likes of Microsoft, all those big ones, and Oracle. So what we do is that we try to price innovation. So we don't have a package we have a package for everybody. So if you're a business and you are doing well, we try to see your needs, and then we give you a price that fits that. For most often, we're not really thinking about the profit because we know that the life cycle of a company using software is almost forever.
Yeah.
So the idea is not to make profits at the beginning or not to break even. The idea is to get them to see the value that you are producing or you are giving, and then subsequently, as they are with you for a very long term, you make your money. So how do businesses or software companies in Africa and Ghana will be able to do that? And that's where there's a gap. We need funding and investment. And when you read, it's always nice to read some of these young businesses in the developed economies. Developed products that we actually might have produced in their continent already. And you hear them raising like maybe $20 million or $30 million just for seed capital. It means that we have just the beta phase. For most of them, their products not even used by people. They just have the idea, develop the idea into a prototype, into a concept, and it's workable. And you're able to raise $20 million. So it means that then you have a lot of buffer to be able to get the product in the market, and then get the clients to reiterate and make their product better, whilst not really thinking about profit or revenue, because they have a buffer, they have money to be able to take them for a certain time frame. Then at a certain point, when they get a certain critical mass, for most technology products, you need to get a certain critical mass. Our software has AI, artificial intelligence. We need a certain number to be using the software before the AI machine learning can really learn and work better, and for it to make it better. So yeah, that's where the gap and the challenge is. But yes, if you are going to do software in Africa or in Ghana, what you have to do is that you have to use price innovation. So it means that you set the price before you do the product. You set the price, then you try to say that, how do I innovate to be able to work smarter, to be able to at least break even or make a little profit on this. You don't start like the product people do. They do all the products together, then they put a profit on. No, you have to start, because most people are not willing to accept service or pay for service and pay for technology. You have to let them use it, then they know the difference of value. That no, when I started using my software, I had more time to be able to do other things. My business is growing, I can protect the pest and all that. Then when they see the value, that's when they are willing to pay a certain amount. So you start with price innovation. There's the price, 100 cedis a month. So our software is as low as 100 cedis a month. We have a software for Baba. We actually did 100 system software. As I'm telling you, we have software for every industry you can think of. School, hospital, and I think a lot of people maybe in the government doesn't even know that. We tried to have 100 system software in every industry. Then we added operations, a little bit of operation, not a fully customized operation. So if it's a barbering salon, we have a software, accounting, operation, a bit of HR. We know that you have a barber and you employ maybe a cleaner, just 3 or 4 HR in there, and we're charging you as low as 100 cedis a month. And so yeah, you have to do that. You have to do all that for 100 cedis a month, and then use price innovation, and hopefully you can get by.
Price innovation, awesome. Please, a round of applause for this one. That's really excellent. Really excellent. Thank you so much for sharing, both of you, for sharing so insightfully. I think I wouldn't be fair if I don't give you the 1 minute speech, like I did for the others. And so just in 1 minute, pitch to the world. Tell them why they should patronize you.
We are all natural, like I said. We focus on the health of the person. We are a natural-based company. We focus on the health of the person, and even more importantly now that COVID is here, we ensure that our products meet your needs and keep us going for a lot longer. We believe in the product. It's authentically Ghanaian. It's amazing. Your life will never be the same, as you like to say.
Okay, so what I'd like to say to everyone here is that if you're an African, an entrepreneur, it takes twice as much to get half of what already exists in a developed economy. It's hard, it's difficult. But what I want to say to all of you is that we have only one chance to become relevant in the global village. And it's no longer an opportunity, it's a threat. We have to do everything we can to digitize and make Africa be technologically viable and to be part of the flow. Else, after this 5G, we are no longer going to ever have the chance to be part. We might have gold, diamond, and all those things, but then with just blockchain technology, somebody can pick a computer and mine a Bitcoin and be more expensive than your gold, your physical gold. What we do, SalesWord, primarily, is to try to hang in there and to wait for when Ghana and Africa will be ready, small, medium enterprises, to be able to start using this software. I know whether we like it or yes, we'll have to use it. If you're an investor hearing me, we have softwares in any industry you can think about. We have 100 systems, school, hospital. We did it for snail farming because we realized that it was big and they were doing export. So we have a software for snail farming. If you're an investor and you want to invest in the new Africa, you want to contribute to a growing Africa and the future of Africa, please come to us. If you're interested in tech too, Techoba is for you. We might not be able to, connect politically and have the United States of Africa, but with technology it's possible. Africa can come together and use technology to trade and connect and enjoy, what we call the synergy of the Black continent, so that our world become better. If you don't do it for our kids, I tell you, in our grave, we'll see Africa blackened out. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Well said. Thank you so much for taking my time today. Please, a round of applause for them. That was truly excellent. Thank you so much. Right. So we're moving to our final item, and I'll invite Kelly.
Oh yes, we are moving to the final item. It's been an amazing day here in the DMV. Black History
2022.
Black History.
2022.
One more time, Black History.
2022.
And truly we are making history. So I hear a lot about the hard skills, but I'm so glad to hear about the soft skills that's needed to be successful in the industry. So we're talking about being able to work with different personalities, different characters and attitude, being able to rise above that. We're talking about being able to show empathy, right? Being able to be understanding, being able to validate your customers, being able to build that long-term relationship. Those are key skills that are needed, not just about making the money. We need the money back, but we also want to be able to have people behind our backs talk about our attitudes, our character, and the impact that we made in their lives. So I'm so thankful to each and every one of you who have shared today, and the way that you're changing the trajectory of our lives, the way that you're changing the trajectory of Black history altogether. And this, I say, is Black history like never before. So put your hands together for yourselves for making it happen down in the DMV. And I'll have my dear co-moderator, Josephine, introduce the last speaker. Powerful, dynamic, I heard. Okay, Josephine, you do it.
Thank you so much, Kelly. I have the honor of introducing someone I admire so much from afar. And it's a privilege to introduce her. We'll be having Dr. Nadia Adongo Musa. She's the Deputy Director of Diaspora and Affairs, Office of the President. Please help me welcome her. And she'll be speaking to us about opening the portal for investment, positioning Africa ports to benefit from the AGOA. Please, once again,
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I think it's a very good afternoon. I'm excited to be here this afternoon again and to hear all this good news about what our SMEs are doing in Ghana, especially with the support of government interventions. And I'm very happy and proud to be a Ghanaian and hoping that this platform gives the diasporans in America the opportunity to support our SMEs in Ghana. And I know it's been a long day, so I wouldn't bore you with a long talk. You've heard all the good things about Ghana from our senior minister, advisor to the president. You heard from my sister, Cozy, also about all the beautiful things that through her office they've been able to do to support our SMEs in this challenging time. And as the Deputy Director for Diaspora Affairs, I stand here to thank you for having the listening ears and believing in Ghana and coming to hear what we can do. I think the diasporans should take advantage of the AGOA. Why? Because you have the networks here. You have your friends, you have the opportunities, and it's time to take advantage of the incentives that have been put in place by America and Ghana and all the African states that benefits AGOA to bring our SMEs the opportunity to grow and to be able to know that through your little ways of contributing, through your support, these small businesses can also compete with the world. So I would like again to thank the organizers and also my colleagues and friends that came all the way from Ghana, our small businesses, believing in this platform and hoping that 2023, when we meet again, it will be a bigger full room, and that the government with the support will be able to bring more SMEs, and that connecting the diasporans, they will also be able to help in their little way to grow their small businesses. Thank you very much for your time.
If you hold the camera from the front, now it's more important.
thank you so much, Dr. Nadia. Please, a round of applause again for her. Brief and powerful. Thank you so much, and we have have come to the end of day 2 of the Black History Festival. I'd like to especially thank all those joining us virtually for staying with us through the day and tell you about what's going to happen tomorrow, which is the final day. Okay, so I think we'll invite Stephen to give us a brief on what's going to happen tomorrow and the rest of the days. Please welcome him.
Thank you very much, ladies, for your moderation. This is just to make you know our program lineup for the coming days. Tomorrow we'll be having a very critical discussion, which is based on an area that I'm very passionate about and which defines what Yali TV is about. Tomorrow we'll be having a discussion, or tomorrow's program actually is the Media in Africa Today dialogue. We've had discussions since Monday to today, and the critical part of it is media, telling the African story, telling the story of people of Black origin across the world. We are very much aware of how critical media is, and we have learned from America how the media has made America the world's #1 nation on the earth. When you watch movies, you understand what I'm talking about. When aliens are attacking the world, they only attack America. And America saves the day. You know, Captain America is for America. Superman is for America. Captain Planet is for America. All the superheroes in the world are for America. So media plays a key role. So we need to begin to tell our story that same way, because we've learned so much from them. CNN, likewise. So we need to begin to have discussions around how we tell our story to enhance ourselves. When you have to do with our businesses, it's the same. Big businesses across Africa today are craving the indulgence of the big media companies of the world just to have that tinge of international approval. And I don't think it has to be so only. We believe we have to have media from Africa. And that's why the stakeholders of this program have agreed that we must have a discussion on media. So tomorrow we'll be discussing strategies that can be employed. We'll also be discussing some of the existing programs that are already happening or that are coming up that we need to put our hands together to support. We'll discuss some of the upcoming platforms that can help us achieve that goal. And we'll also discuss what can we do. And we have some of our young folks in the diaspora and also from the continent who will be featuring on these platforms to also discuss more on our investment into technology. And then we'll see how best we can join forces together to tell the African story the way it's supposed to be. This will start from 10 o'clock. We'll arrive here at 10 a.m. because we want to start early and close early. So we'll arrive here by 10. The program will take off and we'll have panel discussions, and then we'll also have sections where we'll have statements exposing some of these platforms to us. As my colleague here was sharing, the program doesn't end tomorrow. It continues in other ways throughout the week. On Thursday, we'll have the opportunity to visit the National Museum for African American History and Culture. So if you are in town, you could join us. Just get in touch with us. I'll share our contact number. So if you want to join the team to have that special visit to the National Mall, specifically to the museum, which was, the architectural work was done by a Ghanaian. So we'll get to know much more about what is there and what does it hold to the history of people of Black origin. Also, on Friday, we'll have a virtual stream, so you can watch that from anywhere that you are, which will be talking about a history of Africa, looking at it from the perspective of the United States and Africa. Then we'll have on Saturday a big one. The AU mission to the United States is hosting a special celebration in collaboration with recognized youth groups from Africa and the diaspora right here under the auspices of Her Excellency Ambassador Hilda Suka Mafuzi. So we are inviting you to be part of that program. That will be the the grand finale of all that we've been doing. We'll be having youth groups from all across the United States and even as far as the United Kingdom joining us to run up that program. So if you are still in America by then, we'll be glad to have you as a special guest. Also tomorrow we'll be having the presence of Her Excellency, the Ambassador to the United States for the African Union here. I hope I'm correct about that. So all things being equal, we are likely to see her here. If not, we'll see her on Saturday. We were supposed to also have a section earlier, which will have a discussion between Kerlin and then Madam Josepha. So if we are ready for that, we would like to close with them, having a discussion on the impact of women. So even though I was just invited to make a statement, I just want to do that so that it helps in connecting the dots. So without much ado, I'd love to invite Madam Josepha. She is a key member of the team here at the African Union, and she plays a very critical role. So even though you've been emceeing throughout, you've been moderating throughout, I'll allow you to take your seat as well. Yes. And note that I was supposed to have one of our speakers to join us to moderate, but it will be very unfair if I call you to come right now. So I just want to say thank you to you, Eugenia, for volunteering. But should I put you on the spotlight?
Yes.
Yes? Yes, so I would like to put you on the spotlight. Let's make welcome Eugenia Addison to join our closing section. I don't want to be unfair. So, Madam Josepha is, she has a lot. She wears many crowns. So I'll not bore ourselves. What I'll do is to just give them an opportunity to introduce themselves. You've been moderating. You've been moderating for some time now. You've not had the opportunity to introduce yourself. I think that's unfair. So we want to give you the opportunity to introduce yourself, and then we'll have some few minutes to close our section.
I'm glad to benefit from this, that I get some fairness finally in my life. Yes. My name is Kerlin Altus. I go by Kerlin Speaks. I am a motivational speaker and a lifestyle coach. I am a very well-known personality on social media, across all social media platforms. I am also a published author. My book, Moments, it's a memoir. It talks about my past experiences with suicidal ideation and attempts, being molested and excluded. And so in that book, I highlight my strengths and how my faith helped me overcome versus just the adversities that I come to. What I enjoy doing, of course, is impacting the lives of women and young people all over, showing them that what my life turned out to be and what their life can turn out to be, and even greater besides their challenges. Again, my name is Kerlin Speaks, and I am pleased to be here with you.
I think I did a big disservice when I was inviting Josepha to join us. So I would like to give the opportunity for you to tell us who you are specifically, so we don't miss any dots. So Josepha.
I'm sure I won't forget who I am. Thank you so much, Steve, for your kind invitation, and thank you very much for your good work, because it just gives us pleasure to have the youth like you doing what you do for the betterment of the entire world, because this is not only Africa, but it's the whole world. You're impacting the world, and I thank you very much, you and the team. I'm here in my own capacity as Josepha. I've not been given an opportunity to speak for the African Union, but I'm going to speak for the African Union in my own capacity, not as an official of the African Union sent here to address you. I want to put that disclaimer.
Clear.
So, with the African Union, as I said, as a person, I joined working with the African Union in 2006. Since then, I've been here present, working and making sure that the mandate of the African Union here to the United States is fulfilled, because I've been working under all the permanent representatives that have joined the African Union since its inception here. So it gives me great pleasure then to say that I'm part of the movement of the youth, because I came in here as a student. Now here I am as a person who is addressing other young people who have finished school and who are being impactful in their communities. So joining here, I came from Rwanda as my national member of states of the African Union. And what I do here is I make sure that all that we do is impacting the world and is impacting our continent as it should be. So with that said, I'm doing in school again. I'm doing a PhD in leadership, which I pray that by end of this April, I graduate and I join everybody into the ranks. So with that, helps me to learn more about women. It helps me to know who I am as a woman. And it helps me to know that if we are all involved, we can make this world a better world. That's what I say. And then as far as other responsibilities are concerned, I'm a mother. And on top of that, I'm a privileged grandmother. How? So how? I have the privilege to have a husband who had a son before me, and that son has granted me with wonderful grandchildren, who the two of them I'm raising with my daughter, who is 11. So 11, and 12. Being so like that is a blessing, because I learn every day from them as I try to teach them. I'm so proud of Karen with the young man sitting there who is helping a lot. The same with when I see him, I just, oh, I see my grandson around. Yeah. So anyway, with that being said, that's my introduction. And with the youth, I'm responsible for youth affairs in this office. So whatever that I can for Eric, for everybody there, Nana and everybody, I'm here to lend a hand, and I'm here to learn from you. Thank you.
Eugenia, I put you on the spotlight. You are supposed to be a speaker tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it's only good because of the topic we are going to discuss for you to be here, even though you are supposed to moderate. Because I already gave you an indication of what we are going to do, don't worry, we just want to know about you.
Hello everyone, my name is Eugenia Addison. I'm a recent graduate from Howard University, right down the street. Bison, graduated with my BBA in marketing last year, and now I'm currently an associate account manager for an ad tech company. In my line of work, I kind of started working when I was younger, so I worked with a lot of communities, in a lot of like Black communities in DC, in terms of just helping the youth and engaging the youth, such as Mommy's TLC. I'm not sure if many DC natives know about, but I started at a very young age, and then kind of through there just spearheaded into engaging the youth in many ways through ad tech or technology and social media in general.
Amazing. So it's going to be punchy because we have some couple of minutes to run up. But we are very much aware of how women are driving Africa's transformation and contributing towards the starting big and stronger. We had Madam Kosiyaki here sharing how she's leading one of the agencies in Africa to ensure that we came out, or Ghana comes out of the COVID-19 pandemic strong. We also have a number of women in different countries in Africa and different states in the United States here who are causing the reshaping, political transformation, policy implementation, as well as corporate organization to ensure that we come out of the economic hardships that the COVID-19 pandemic brought on us. It's just to show how relevant women are when it comes to the African story or the story of people of Black origin. So I want to ask you, Kenneth Speaks, in your personal endeavors as a motivational speaker and an entrepreneur, what are some of those key highlighting moments of your life you would love to share with us that has contributed to the transformation of society?
Oh, yeah. A question in and of itself is very deep. My pleasure to answer. I think along my journey, definitely I want to give credit to a lot of women that have been, that have made very huge impact in my life. And I also say there's no small experience, so every interaction and every engagement is necessary for our individual growth. And so I was always aware that I could not do this on my own. And this has been a dream from a little girl. I mean, if it doesn't involve people, interacting with people, or the microphone, I'm out. So that's really my thing. But as I kept in this journey, the women that I interacted with really made strong impact. Most recent, I did an interview on my YouTube channel, Curleen Speaks show, with an attorney, Suan Robinson. She is now on attorney Crum, who you can find on social media. She's now on his team. And so Suan is part of this team of attorneys. I know you've heard of Sean King, who does his thing, and Lee Merritt. And so I follow these guys and these women religiously on social media. But I had the privilege to interview Suan, and the topic was the importance of youth in social justice, in the fight for social justice. And so, of most recent, this interview really changed the trajectory of things for Curleen Speaks, because I realized that how valuable the youth is with everything that we're doing. And so if we're not open to accepting feedback and correction and guidance, we really cannot change things as we want to. And so I give credit to those women, even Oprah Winfrey and Michelle Obama. But I want to say, sometimes we call out the bigger names that we see, but the lay people is really the people that set the foundation. So growing up in churches, the mothers, the ushers who constantly just had me pull my skirt down and all that stuff back in the days. Those are the women that really changed my life, because they taught us character and how to carry ourselves as women, how to make our presence strong, and how to also make our language represent who we are. So I give credit to those.
Over the past days, we've been talking about identity, we've been talking about trade, we've been talking about partnership, we've been talking about US-African relations. Josepha, how do you see women in your position in the work you've done over the years? How have you seen women play a critical role in impacting both the United States and Africa?
That's a big question, Steve. I think you are again going into what Karen said, that you're being unfair. But I think we can try here with me and my God. Because Karen first of all said faith. So with faith we can make it. So anyway, I thank you very much for that question. Women impacting the two worlds, that's what I would say, the United States and the Africa itself, as general as it is 55. What I can say, the great impact that women in general that have made is into the population that we have today. Before I came down here, I was looking at the world population. looking at how many we are as women in this society of this world, we are close to half men. The percentage of women are close to the percentage of men. Just about 10 minutes ago, when I was printing this paper out, men were 50.5%, women were 49.5%. What does that mean?
Equality.
If we are talking about the contribution, we are contributing equally the same. So there's no reason why we should not have 50% at the table. So to answer your question, there's a lot that has been contributed. We start from the women before the African Union was formed. 1962, the first African Union group of women was together before our forefathers. I call ourselves the foremothers. So our contribution has been then and today. But the question is, who has dropped the ball and why is it that we are not 50-50 at the table? Is it us, the women? Is it you, our brothers and husbands and sons? That's a good question. So how can we bring us back to the table and contribute the same? In the words of Martin Luther King Jr., he asked this question, or he made this statement, which I definitely had to include it in my research. He said, a world that has no regard or has less regard for women equality is reckless. I end quote, that's what he said. So if we know that we don't have to be reckless and we have to be relevant, we need to include women. So we need to embrace the contribution that each and everybody has made. That's why we see the young women here who are wonderful entrepreneurs, who one of them this morning I met say, good morning, and how many people do you have in your company? Said I have 9, 6 of them are women. Meaning she has surpassed the 50% in her company. So if we can emulate that, that would mean that we will get what we want in as far as having 50-50. The African Union talks about Agenda 2063. Agenda 2063, which about next year is going to be 10 years into the what? Into our agenda. Are we going to get there by that time? That's a good question. That's why I say in my looking for the solutions of having women at the table, I'm comparing those, what are we doing now? And are we going to get there? So I would say the contribution that we have made is what you see now. The contribution is the over 50% of the women who are in the private sector, and over the women who started the movement, which we need to support and continue to move. We recognize the presidencies that are on our continent. We recognize the first African Union's chairperson, who actually made me go after this research in 2014, when she came to the African Union, to the US in the delegation of the African heads of states. She was the only person at the table. The second person would have been Sarif Johnson, who was dealing with the Ebola outbreak in the Western Africa. So I saw only one lady in that planning of all the officers running around at the State Department. I say, is her voice going to be heard? Among all these men who are seated at the table, what can we do? they started the journey to find out how we can make the 50%. Thank you.
Amazing. The younger generation of women in today's world are striving to be entrepreneurs, high-level professionals, top-level executives, at the same time being wives and moms. In your case as a growing professional, what have been some of the encounters that have made it possible for you to make impact and be outstanding in your position as a professional? In your growth as a woman, a professional in an industry that has women struggling to get attention of their superiors with their colleague men, what have been some of the special instincts that you brought up, or some special, how do I put it, special giftings that you have, or traits of your personality that brought you out ahead of people, that made you to make impact in your department or your career or in the space that you are?
Thank you for that question. So for me, I'm actually the only girl in the midst of like two brothers, and my cousins, my closest cousins are all men. So how my parents really trained me is to always be persistent. No matter what you do and what comes forward to you, always be persistent. If you get a yes, still be persistent. If you get a no, still be persistent. So how I have been trained really cultivates how exactly I've been successful in my career, or I can't necessarily really say I've reached my goal
Of course.
in my career yet. However,
There's
I
more
would
room.
say there's more room, of course. There's definitely more room, but I would say the persistency has been key, and you can only say so much about persistency because as a woman, you get shut down so often. Doors are closed on you more times than you can only imagine. But yet, when you say persistency, it's really more so the passion behind what you're looking for. So if you really are determined to gain this type of skill, gain this type of professionalism, or gain some form of get to your career goals, you have to be able to tell yourself, one, I have to be persistent with myself before I say I'm going to be persistent with that person that told me that no. So that's really the main key thing for me.
I'm inspired by the many women who have represented some of the top agencies from Africa present during this period of the program. And I'm very sure if you are a woman watching us, or a young lady growing up from wherever you are across the world, I hope you will be inspired by the many women even you saw today on various panels. So in closing, I'll love beautiful and dynamic women here to say something to that woman, entrepreneur, professional out there back in Africa or on the continent here in America who is watching us. Tell them something, inspire them and empower them.
Okay, let's do it. I'm talking directly to you, young lady. There is nothing that is impossible with God. There is nothing that is impossible when you understand your assignment. When you understand your assignment, your fight is different because you understand the source of your strength. So there is no obstacle that can stand in your way. See every challenge as opportunities, not just to grow, but to grow. Opportunities to create change and opportunities to pay things forward. I must leave this with you. I've had many challenges of my own and even still have challenges. I have been a single parent for the last 10 years and raising my amazing son who's here in the audience. Hello, Philip. And so a lot of people don't know. When they look at me, they say, what does that mean? You're a pretty girl. Why is it you don't have someone? And I said it's by choice. Because when you understand your assignment and you understand purpose, purpose will outdo everything else in your life. And if you give yourself time to heal and time to grow and time to engage in what your gifting and your calling is, everything else will find you. So you don't want not just your spouse, but you don't want potential co-workers, you don't want potential clients to find you broken. You want them to find you whole so that you can give whole service. So your service is not just what you're making or your product, it is you. You are the calling, you are the purpose, you are the service, you're the face behind everything. So give them the whole you. Become the best version of yourself and give the world the best you got.
Josepha?
Yes, thank you very much, Karen. I'm taking that lesson.
Yeah.
Yes, I appreciate it. Oh, the word that I can give to the young women there, the entrepreneurs, even beyond entrepreneurship, is that believe in yourself. Yes. When you believe in yourself, everyone else is going to believe in you. I'm raising an 11-year-old girl and my bonus grandkids who are also in the same range of age. What I tell them every day is what I'm going to tell you, young lady who is there, older than them or younger, is that believe in yourself and lead. If you don't lead the charge, no one else is gonna help you and give you just the table. As I talked about women empowerment and leadership and entering into all other sectors, if you don't become relevant, you are out. No one is going to give you a seat at the table unless if you make yourself relevant. And you make yourself relevant by being an excellent person in what you do. Don't do shady work. Don't show up at school late. Don't show up at your business late. And have the attitude of knowing that whoever comes to you is the opportunity to grow. The challenges that you might find, for me, I don't even call them challenges. Whatever comes to me, I make it as an opportunity to learn and to move on and make a better me, who is going to make a better world. So believe in yourself, lead the charge, and be relevant. That's the word that I can give you. I thank you.
Well, these two lovely ladies basically wrapped up everything I was going to say. Right, what they said. But again, as what I actually said in my last question is persistency. So to add on to everything that they had said, include persistency in that as well, because at the end of the day, we can only know so much that as a woman, one, you face not challenges, but opportunities that may burden you or barricade you from proceeding on to your, your career or whatever you want to do in your future endeavors. However, as a Black woman, that adds on to a lot more opportunities that you need to face. So persistency and making sure that you're making your everything relevant, making sure that you have it in you to keep going is one of the main key things that I like to add.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. As we run off today's section, remember there are many women of Black origin who have made history, and it's your turn to make history. In the history of African Americans, women like Sojourner Truth, C.J. Walker, Harriet Tubman, and the rest have made history and left a mark. And you have the opportunity to be part of those people. And what did they do? They just did something for their community. Some took care of orphans in difficult times. Some started businesses when there were no women entrepreneurs. And today we have some of them already existing. When the governments are making appointments, their name came up because they believe in themselves and became who they are. We close today, inspire you, a woman entrepreneur, wherever you are on the continent. Believe in yourself, as I said, and remember that you are making a case for a group of people you may never know you are impacting. When you have the opportunity, don't miss it. Make sure you leave a mark wherever you are. Be excellent, be different, be extraordinary, and you complement the world. Without you women, the world will be surely boring. So continue being you, continue being the best of you, and remember, we love you so much. As we close today's section, remember, tomorrow we have the Media in Africa Today dialogue. It's a very critical discussion. Make sure you join us here by 10 a.m. at the African Union mission. On the address, it is very interesting. I want to mention it very well so that if you are watching us, you don't miss it. Because I want to mention exactly how it is on the directional GPS to this place. It's based here in on the Wisconsin Avenue, Northwest 1640, right? 1640 Wisconsin Avenue, Northwest in Washington, D.C. Join us here at the AU Mission Office tomorrow as we have a critical discussion in defining media in Africa. And on Saturday, right here, with the AU permanent representative to the United States, we would have a grand closing section here at exactly 10 a.m. Thank you for that notification. 10 a.m. EST. So if you're in Africa and you want to join, you can join us on Yali TV, on Facebook. You could join also on YouTube to catch a glimpse of what's going to happen here as we finalize or close the maiden or launch edition of the Black History Festival. So if you are joining us from wherever you are, thank you for joining. Those of us here, thank you so much. It has been a great opportunity for us to share thoughts and views together. Thank you so much for your input, and we close today's section with you. Thank you very much for joining us. I'll see you tomorrow.
In the